Burn, feel the burn.
That Buttigieg, I mean, he's coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, but he's too young, he's
I
too
know.
dumb. And honestly, it doesn't bother me, but I heard a lot of people won't vote for him because he's gay. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
It's true.
Sure. They didn't vote
That's
for,
not true at
Oh,
all.
absolutely it's true.
That'll never. Now that's a badge of courage nowadays.
Okay.
No, but
That's
Not-
positive nowadays.
That's
trust
like
me.
the.
And if he was transgender, it'd be all the better.
There are a lot of Christians that didn't vote for Romney because he was Mormon.
No, you'll see.
Not
You'll see.
not in the middle states that he has to win. It's going to make a big difference.
I
It's
agree.
too bad, but
It is too bad. And then
Bloomberg's going to be the one, and he's going to. None of
not
the
gonna-
Bernie people.
I'll
will
make
show
you.
up.
I'll make you a bet. Bloomberg will never get the Democrat nomination. Never.
Well, who do you think will?
Whatchamacallit will.
What's whatchamacallit? Biden?
That's
You're right. There is
any
a
of
boot,
else.
butt nugget or boot nugget, butt nugget, or what's the other one?
That's a little.
I find
Oh,
that very
see.
racist.
Yeah, I know it
It's
is.
not racist. Nothing racist. You know
Butt nugget?
What race do you know that's butted?
Good point. Good point.
What butt do you know? What
What
who
what
comes
butt
from
nugget?
Buttonia?
He's
Do you know someone from Buttonia?
Butt nuggetia.
But Nuggetia. But
We're out.
Nuggetia. I like that one better actually. But Nuggetia. I'm gonna use it. Oh, I guess you can't say but Nuggetia.
Would you consider yourself
A what?
evangelicalist? Is that right?
Evangelicals.
Evangelicalist.
They're the ones that didn't vote for
You mean
Romney.
evangelical?
Those guys, the evangelicals won't vote for Buttigieg.
Do you consider yourself?
I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't. Well,
But usually the most.
you mean fundamentalists.
Yeah.
And you know what?
No, I'm asking.
I don't
No, I'm not
think-
even at. You're changing my entire
Shut up.
question. The question is straightforward. Do you consider yourself? I don't even like the word. What is it? Evangelical.
Evangelical.
Why are we getting this? All shows are regular for Monday. Is Monday something?
President's Day.
President's Weekend.
Okay, so
Suzanne and I are off.
because I wouldn't mind.
Let's see.
No, but now the new guilt trip is everybody else is on. Trust me, I've been living it. Isn't that what that? I bet that email says that too, doesn't it? Everybody's
No.
live.
You did hear the.
What you should have done is done the Howard Stern deal, Monday through Wednesday. That's what he does. Monday through Wednesday, 5-year contract, $500 million.
Who does
Monday
the show
through
the rest
Wednesday.
of the week?
Nobody. They play his own shit. He has 2 channels. His own shit over 50
Yeah,
years.
but I don't have to do that.
If
'cause
we
I
had all
I
that
have
shit,
you.
yeah, but if we had all that shit, we could do that. But you don't have all that shit. You
I
truly
have you.
should.
I can do. I'm gonna move to. I'm gonna do that 3 days a week. I told you.
No,
I'm
no, no,
going
no,
to.
no. I'm saying if we had your 40 years of shit on the radio,
I know.
we could
So
build
what-
a fucking channel.
So what could we do as far as the 3 days I would take would be
I don't give a shit.
Monday, Tuesday. I'd probably take. I don't know what I would take.
Man, I'd take Mondays.
You would like
Or Fridays. Or Fridays. I
But
don't
okay. But eventually that would be nice.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is I'd like a 3-day. I don't care which one you take. I don't care if you take a 5-day. I'm saying I'd want a 3-day.
Oh.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Like if you did Fridays, I'd take off Friday.
okay. Eventually, you mean.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. It would be. Here's what I see. 3. Look, I see 4, 1, 3, 2, and then then 3, 2. I see it.
Then it reverses.
Yes, exactly. That would be the most to 3, 2, you, and then 4, 1. That would be the ultimate. We have you see the show Succession? We have our own show going on called Succession.
Have you watched that?
I
love that
Isn't that
show.
a great show?
I love this very much.
You know,
I'm into
still
that
out on the
too.
boat. I'm still out on
I'm
the boat.
into it.
Hi, Doc.
Succession.
That is a rich
Yeah.
son of a bitch in that show when he's got your own helicopter.
So, the
Wait,
Social
4
Security
helicopters.
thing?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you know, the big motherfucker they fly
Really?
around in, like
So,
Trump
what I
flies
did
around
was
in.
I asked Suzanne
Well,
to
prior to being
He's
fax
supposed
it
to be.
to
You know who he's
them,
supposed
which is
to
their
be?
protocol,
No.
their
The one above
antiquated
Alice.
protocol, to see
Oh,
if maybe I'll get
Head of
something
Fox.
else.
Okay,
And-
well,
Yeah,
we're working on it.
I
Nothing we
want to
can
say
do.
Bloomberg.
Well,
The
and
Australian.
she
Yeah,
actually, she sent Peggy.
Yeah,
I know it. I can't.
She sent me a
Rupert.
snarky
No,
Rupert
she's
Murdoch.
not.
I
Oh,
was
I
told
just saw
that
Bombshell.
you
Good
know,
fucking
that an
movie.
angel, and I
Good
said,
movie.
we
Did
never
you?
promised
I just
anything.
downloaded it and
Can
watched
you
it.
For the
believe?
best of luck,
Yeah,
so
she
I kind of, she was a
nailed
little snarky, so
the
kind of shut
There's
it down.
some
Okay.
angles.
Kelly, she nailed it.
There's some angles you
I'm
can't
still
tell the
working
difference.
on it. You
Okay.
know,
I mean, look,
You know, we tried.
can't
That's all we
tell
can
the
do.
difference.
Exactly, and that's what I told him.
Yeah.
I said, you can't do that. Piece of
Wi-Fi,
paper?
the Wi-Fi.
Oh, the Wi-Fi. It's
Hi,
there.
What's up, Eric?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there it is. All right. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
This is a
Or-
very
Isn't
dynamic
that,
room.
Three Stooges?
Or
Eric,
if you don't
with
want to do this,
dynamic
I'm
you
opening
can
up an
sign.
online savings account. Do you think that's a bad idea?
I just did it myself.
The hell with these local rates.
HSBC.
Do you know I can get 2%
2%.
He's
on
got
a
to
normal
make the
savings?
deposit
I can
through
get
iTunes
2%
card,
on a
but
normal
no red
savings.
Crazy is
flag.
2%.
On a normal
Yeah.
savings
On a
account,
normal
that's
savings
really
account.
good.
Well, but-
really good.
Well,
But they have no
But
overhead.
they
All
have
they
no
do is
overhead.
relend
All
out
they
your
do is
money.
relend
When
it.
I was younger,
Who country forced me on it?
Oh, no.
when I was younger, they
I
used to
almost
pay
bought
4%
this
savings.
Yeah.
HSBC
When I was a kid.
1.9%.
Hey, we're up.
I'm getting 2.10. Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. What are we talking about today? Anything you want, that's what I do here on the Troubleshooter Show. I got to figure out why my thing is not working. Anyway, we are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, and to make your life just a little easier. Oh, I'm not on programming. There I am. Okay, so, folks, this is the only show of its kind. Let's get to the phones. What do you say? Just let me tell you about Panacea Life Sciences, the true scientific manufacturer and accurate dosing of Panacea Life Sciences for CBD products. You don't have to look around and be confused. You know what? There's nothing worse than being confused. Like I was just talking to Eric Reiner, our accountants here today. We're talking about online CDs and online banking. Why go to a bank? Why be mistreated by a bank? They can offer better rates. They're nameless. They're nameless, faceless. You simply open an account and you get higher rates because they don't have to touch you, it's called. And they're not loaded with fees. So I got so confused. I like having people who can parse through it. Well, you probably get confused about things, and I can parse through it for you. If you're confused about CBD products, don't be confused anymore. RealCBDThatWorks.com. RealCBDThatWorks.com. And I am telling you, to me, it's like having a pharmaceutical grade supplement. That's how it is. That's my impression of Panacea Life Sciences. They are so wonderful. And that's realcbdthatworks.com. So Donna, you have a weird one. And this one, you called yesterday and we looked into this financing. And this financing is just another one of many. I didn't know what you were talking about at first, but to make a long story short, you were buying tires at Peerless. Peerless are good people, by the way. That's a local family. They've been around for years. And you couldn't afford them, so you went on the SNAP loan plan. The SNAP loan's just a trade name. But here's what it is. And almost every business has these kinds of loans. Okay? It's 1 year or 90 days or 2 years or 6 months. There's all different ones. But yours was how long? A year?
No, mine was, unbeknown to me, 100 days.
Okay.
They almost all are. That's the introductory offer where you don't pay
I
any
understand that.
interest.
I'm explaining it. Yeah. She said unbeknownst to her. Donna, I know you want to paint a picture that they snuck up on you, but they didn't. And it's clearly disclosed everywhere. But I just want to say, so for 100 days, there's no interest. Here's the catch. If you don't have it paid off by the end of that 100 days, on the 101st day, you don't just start paying interest, but all of the interest from the previous 100 days click in all at once.
And there's no difference between that and a Lowe's credit card or a Home Depot or anything else that does the introductory time frame.
Now, as I said, I don't like these programs because they're betting on you failing. However, if you truly can do it, if you truly need the help and can get it paid, what's wrong with it, right?
Free money.
I mean, really, you get free money. And Donna, that's all that program was that you were in. And again, I do agree that you were confused, and it's easy to get confused. And to you, it looked like they're charging more for tires. But here's what it is. 100 days, no interest, no cost. You simply pay for the tire, same as cash. If you don't get it done in the 100 days, then you pay all the interest. Were you afraid you could not get it paid off in that time, Donna?
No, I thought I was applying for a Peerless Tires for Less credit card. They're issued one, but they had two programs. So
Oh, okay. I get it.
there was a misunderstanding. However, I do need to give you an update. The general manager from Peerless Tire heard your show yesterday, and I think he knows you. His name's Art.
Yep, he's the owner.
He
Art. Wait, isn't he the owner, or he may not be? But Art Prott, right? What a good guy.
Yes.
These are good people.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart. So he reached out to me. He searched all his stores to figure out which store that I shopped at,
Mm-hmm.
and he and I chatted.
And what was the end result?
Said, I am sitting here with a check in my hand for the balance due.
What? For the balance due, really? Because
Yes.
How long ago did you buy these tires?
Wait a minute. What did he do? He paid off your credit?
I don't
what
understand
did he
this.
do?
I want to know something. When did you get your tires?
So it was 100 days effect. So February 5th was the 100th day.
Oh, I get it.
And
You called afterwards because you didn't realize what was going on. I get it. So he
Right.
basically said you don't have to pay the interest. He comped you the interest, which, by the way, is wonderful. But, Donna, I need to ask you something. Did you thought you were getting a credit card. Do you realize that the 100-day deal is actually better than a credit card if you can pay it off in the 100 days?
Well, now I do.
Oh, okay.
But then I just thought,
All right.
because don't forget, I had bought 2 tires from Discount Tires, and that was like a 6-month, you got to pay it within 6 months. So I thought I was doing the same thing. So it was my misunderstanding.
Okay, well, Donna, thank you for and thank you to Art Prott, man. That is really good stuff. I have it. I have it right here. You want my dinger or applause? Which
I want
one?
applause. You got to do this.
We'll do applause first. Okay, we deserve. Peerless deserves that. No, seriously, they do. I like that company.
They came through more than they needed
I used to, Mark, I used to do their TV commercials. Why the hell I don't know why they're not on the referral. We got to talk to them. They're good people. I don't understand how I lost touch with them.
Because I saw your face on a TV commercial.
Yeah, no, I did one time. No, okay, now, that was for Art Prott. That is for Peerless coming through. And by the way, no, they don't trick anybody. It's disclosed about 100 times. I just want people to know that. And then this is for the Troubleshooter show, and we do this whenever it's ceremonial. I pull out my dinger whenever there's success. So here it goes. Ah! All right, there's the dinger. So, welcome to the show. Let's go back to the phones, okay? And we have
Eric, what'd you think of his dinger?
Morgan. Think of what? Oh, the dinger? It's pretty loud, isn't it? All right, what's going on, Morgan?
Hi, yeah. I just moved into a new apartment back in December.
Congratulations. Do you like it?
Thank you. It's been rough. We've had a lot of problems.
What's going on? What's going on?
So our main problem right now is we got our electric bill.
Yes.
So we were only there for 2 weeks in December. We moved in on the 14th.
Gotcha.
It's a small apartment, 700 square feet.
Yeah.
And we got our first electric bill, and it was $200 for 2 weeks.
No, it can't be. How did that happen?
We ran a meter test.
When you moved in, did they change the meter? Did you change the meter over or open an account with Excel?
Yes, we did.
And what happened to the previous? Is this from the previous billing period?
No, it says on the bill that it's from the 14th to the end of December, so it's the 2 weeks that we were there.
How can that happen? Did you have them check the meter?
They are refusing to come out and check it.
Wait a minute. So let's see. Does that sound weird to you guys? $200 in 2 weeks for electric how big is this apartment?
700 square feet.
There's no way.
There's no way you could spend that. And what did they say to you? We're not going to come out? What did they exactly say? By the way, Excel Energy is the worst company you could ever have for energy or customer service or anything, unfortunately.
It's not electric heat, is it?
They won't tell us.
Hold on. Do you have a thermostat in every room?
No, just in the living room.
Okay. And when you turn on the heat, does it blow hot air?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have electric heat.
You got forced air.
You have forced air heat. What else is in there that's electrical? Anything? Somebody's tapping into your electric.
Growing dope?
Exactly, yeah.
That's the deal, Tom. She needs to tell you the rest of the story about them coming out and looking at that meter.
She said they wouldn't come out.
I thought they came out and decided when you...
Did they finally come out?
No, we've been back and forth, and they're refusing to come out.
All right, hold on a second. Just hold on, Morgan. There's got to be someone at Excel Energy who can talk to the media now that our other guy's gone. You see, he was a wonderful face and spokesperson, and he's gone now. I worked with him 30 years. He was there, giving a face and a voice to Excel. When he left, Excel doesn't even fart anymore. They don't make a noise. They're the worst company that ever existed without him. It's a terrible situation. When we call with a consumer complaint, they say, well, we don't really deal with complaints. They don't care. I'm telling you, they literally don't care. They say, well, we don't handle it. So what do people do? And basically, here's what the insiders say. Hey, where are they going to go? Somewhere else? They got to get electric from us. That is their attitude. That is a conversation inside Excel. Who cares? They have to come to us. Yeah.
I like people. It's why I got into HR.
What do we do about Excel Energy?
Did you ever talk to the PUC? Was that any help?
They don't care. They only care about rates. They don't care. I wish they did.
I've got it covered.
They suck.
The easy-to-use HR software platform that makes it easy to manage our people data.
I got spots, as you know, throughout this thing, Eric, so you'll hear me start yelling and talking.
First call was 0211. When did that Peerless Broad call?
Right straight up, bro.
No, I mean yesterday. Wasn't it?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. So, Deputy Doc.
Yes.
What would you do? You want to? I wonder if she's. Are you trying Excel, or can we sick the Doc on him?
And you can have electric force air.
Yeah, but that's very few, man.
Buy and Build, kitchen and bath. Yes, you know Buy and Build. I've been bragging about them for years and years. The good thing about Buy and Build now, they also do installations. And they are now known as Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. The same below wholesale prices on everything. And lower prices on installation. And a brand new location with a beautiful parking lot. Buyandbuild.net, 303-295-6022. The new address, 560 South Lipan. Buy and Build.
Wait a minute. Did she say it was 200 in 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Well, she's probably got a deposit. Don't they usually charge a deposit first?
Here's what I
Excel.
misunderstood. They didn't hire Eric. They didn't come out, but she called. Excel told her over the phone, turn off all the breakers and see if your meter is still running. She did that. The meter was still running. The apartment complex says Excel needs to come out. Excel says no. The apartment complex needs to send their people out. That's the problem.
I can figure it out.
Okay.
I know why. I know why they're saying that. They might have. They might have that.
I don't know.
It's called
I'll
a
joint meter.
There's a junk. What they do is they allow property owners.
They have one big meter and then it branches off into their
other meters.
Yeah, because they pay the big meter.
That's right.
And then the residents pay the small meter.
They allow that to happen.
So that means someone's feeding off her small meter, though. Although she probably didn't hit the breaker, she might have just turned all the lights off.
The apartment's got a main to it, I assume.
This girl
They usually have a main.
This girl sounds like a
and then
sweetheart.
each
She sounds
apartment
like
has her own.
No gas on that bill.
Well, that tells me then that she might have electric heat.
No.
She's not getting a gas bill.
Well, gas could be through somebody else.
No, or the apartment house.
Not if it's in Denver, it's not.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
but the gas is included with the
no,
Excel
Mark,
energy bill.
but if it's hot air, it's not electric, bro. It's not.
Absolutely, you can have forced air electric.
They don't, but that's not.
Yeah, but how come?
Well, hold on. Hold on.
That's in Minnesota.
That's very rare. I know what you're talking about. But a heat pump it could be. Because I had electric.
It's still not going to be.
I had electric heat at fucking Landmark, and it was a heat pump in Colorado.
It's still not
Can you
gonna
fucking
be
believe
$200.
that? A heat pump in Colorado is the most inefficient. Landmark has it.
It's still not going to be $200 for 2 weeks, though.
Well, I'm telling you, they're fucking expensive.
How much was your electric bill?
I don't remember.
It depends on cold it is. Heat pump is very
But you want to
inefficient.
know
His was
something?
3,000,
You want to know
4,000
something?
square feet.
I remember that now. I was shocked when I said, "What is that? Your heat
It's
is
probably
a heat pump."
cheaper to build, and they don't care because it passes.
It's a heat pump, and because of the everyone together in a condo building, no one pays a lot because it helps to. They're all insulated except the outer units, which are most of them are outer. But I remember that I had electric heat. I really did.
If you have a heat pump, you only need one. You don't need an AC because the heat pump does both AC.
That's right.
That's how those little systems.
And it is hot air.
That's how those little.
They do have regular electric forced air.
But not in Colorado. You'll never
Well,
fucking
they have.
find those.
She has in Minnesota. No, they're not. They're very efficient, but they're very expensive.
They're very efficient because it's electric, but they're very inefficient because of the money.
Exactly.
I mean, very expensive.
Right.
Technically, electric is 100% efficient. Technically. Nothing lost.
Calm down, buddy.
All right. Do you know you can get from beginning to end 2 weeks countertops, beautiful quartz countertops, 2 weeks from beginning to end at theartofgranite.com. All you have to do is take a picture, call him up, give him some measurements. He'll give you a price. If you like it, you go to Golden, pick out the stuff. From that time you visit, 2 weeks, you have counters, 303-386-5919. Get a price on the phone. All wholesale materials, remember, free tear out and hallway, free bathroom when you do the kitchen. That's theartofgranite.com.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse.
It's a pinpoint weather alert day.
Okay, so we've discovered she might have electric heat.
No, we don't know that. I
Well,
don't think that.
there are a lot of apartments and condos though that have heat
I
pumps.
still don't think that's going to equal $200 for 2 weeks. $400 a month average electric.
Let's call the. Can I have Deputy Doc get on this? Call the apartment house. I want to find out what Deputy Doc.
That's the best way. Then we know.
Deputy Doc, I want you to call the apartment house and find out what kind of heat. Look, tell them we're not calling anybody, saying anybody's to blame. But how do you dole out heat? Is it electric or is it forced air to everybody? What is it?
Just say, hey, I'm looking to rent the place. How's it
No,
work?
don't say that. Just call them. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If someone asked you, where do I go to list my home, what would you say? You would say, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If someone said, I'm looking to buy a house, what would you say? Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He does have a team that works with him, but he oversees every deal. He does free market analysis. 303-920-1622. By the way, Eric Reinemer's with us, CPAs, Atlas CPAs and Advisors. We'll talk about some of that stuff because we're closing out the year, getting ready for taxes. We'll talk about that. If you have any questions, he's here. And this is weird. Morgan, we have a couple questions for you. And, of course, you're on with one of our deputies. We got to figure out if they have electric heat. They could have a heat pump, believe it or not. Like when I was over at Landmark has heat pumps, electric heat pumps for their units. It's pretty expensive. And I wonder if she has electric heat. We'll find that out. I assume because she had a hot air and one thermostat that it was regular heat or gas. It may not be. It may be a heat pump in some of these apartment houses. Now, let's talk about this follow-up with Mark. Mark. This was a weird one. Why don't you recap for us, Mark? What's going on?
Yeah, CenturyLink, they're 2 months behind on my mom's pension, and
we didn't know why. Didn't you say it suddenly stopped after getting it for how long?
I don't know, 20 years.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it stopped. Did you trace it to anything? Did anyone have any idea?
Yes, they said that they needed to verify that she was still alive, and she sent them the paperwork on January 15th.
And
she still hasn't got a payment. She still hasn't. They said now that they're telling her they'll get at the beginning of March, which I think is unacceptable.
I don't know why I don't have this down as a follow-up.
It was from last week, Tommy. I've been working on it for him.
Okay, because I didn't have it written down. What's going on with it, Suzanne?
So they got her all settled in process. His problem is that she's not going to get her catch-up payments till March. So I reached back out.
Do you know why it was cut off? Did they think she died?
Yeah, they were trying to verify she was alive, and they didn't have the proper paperwork for whatever reason.
What gave them the notion she had died? Do you know?
I have
Suzanne,
no idea.
do you know?
I have no idea unless they just verify ever so often.
All right, so your problem isn't that it's not solved. Suzanne got it solved. The problem now is you have to wait. Is that the big problem?
Correct.
So how does that put you behind the 8 ball right now?
Well, it's just, it's a hardship for my mom. That's, over $4,000.
No, but what I mean is if you're going to get the money, does she not have the cash flow to make bills before that?
No, she does. I just think it's unacceptable. I mean, there could be seniors that are.
No, that's true, but we did the best we can, and they said she's going to get her payments and she's going to get retroactive. Suzanne.
So I reached out again yesterday after
Yes.
talking to Mark, our caller. They said we processed an off-cycle check to get her caught up. It is sent out Thursday of this week, so it'll go out tomorrow, Mark.
Okay, you know what, Mark? It's the best we can do, but it'll go out tomorrow.
That's a great outcome.
I know it's a great outcome. In fact, you know what it deserves. And here's the deal. Mark, I know what you're saying. It's like, I call it the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Look what could have happened. What happens to others? I get it, Mark. Do you know if anyone else had this problem?
I don't offhand, but I do want to thank you for taking care of it for me.
Well, listen, Mark, thank you for calling the Troubleshooter Show. Again, let's get that dinger out. And this stinger goes to Suzanne. All right. Okay.
Hey.
We got a lot of dingers today going out. 303-713-8255. Let's see if Eric Reinemer can get a dinger. But Eric, number one, I need to know, what's the biggest issue facing us this year? Or is everything the same? Any big stuff, or is it all basically the same, or what's going on?
Everything's the same. Once we got through the first year of the new tax law last year, it's just the one thing that people do need to be thinking about is changing the W-4 to adjust their withholding if you're over or under. That's the big thing.
W-4?
Yeah, there's a new IRS W-4 for people to get more accurate on how much money is taken out of their paycheck. Because a lot of people got really.
But why do they call it W-4 not W-2?
W-2 is what you get at the end of the year.
Oh.
W-4 is what you fill out when you go to a job.
Oh, okay. And you think people should make adjustments to avoid penalties?
The IRS is suggesting everybody go check it out because it's a much more accurate way to get the right amount withheld from your paycheck.
Unless you're a billionaire, then you don't have to pay anything, according to Bernie.
Exactly.
So it doesn't just ask how many dependents, are you married? What else does it ask? What's new?
It goes a lot deeper, saying, what about a spouse? How much does she make? What other income sources do you have? The bigger picture rather than just 1, 2, 3, 4,
Because
5.
the rule is, folks, you have to withhold a certain amount of taxes, and you have to be pretty close. They don't want everyone paying all at once at the end of the year. I mean, and they penalize you for doing it.
Absolutely.
All right. So hold on. And self-employed people, you really need to hold on. And now I'm going to talk to Drew. Okay, Drew, welcome. Drew?
Hi, Tom.
Drew,
thank you,
my friend from WABC Radio. When I'm broadcast on WABC in New York, you were one of my favorite listeners.
Yeah, you solved the stock market problem. You're a great guy, and I thank you very much. In any case, I hope it's okay. I have 2 quick issues.
Quickly, go ahead.
I hope you can call AAA. The their number is 407.
Okay, don't give me the number yet. But what's the issue with AAA?
They jump-started my car December the 2nd, and according to the manager of Mavis, they likely damaged the computer. I wrote.
Wait. Are you talking about AAA, like in American Automobile Association or Club or whatever?
Of course.
Yeah, they had a company come out and do it.
Do what? And do what?
He put the starters on the wrong part.
They damaged your internal computer. I get it. I thought maybe your laptop was on the seat. Okay, so they damaged the computer in your car. How'd they do that? By starting it?
He put the things on the wrong spot. He even told me later, and he tried starting it 4 times. Nothing happened, and then the car started shaking and all this stuff.
You can ruin a computer. You can absolutely spike and ruin that computer.
Do they acknowledge, or do you have somewhere in writing or on recording that this guy did this and acknowledged it?
No, I don't have that. But they're claiming, AAA is claiming, that DeFalco, the jump starter guy, that he had a battery jump pack that prevents this. So all I said was, please send me in writing verifying that, plus that he took it out on his vehicle that day, and that he actually used it.
Well,
And
hold on. I want to know something, Drew. How old is this car, or how new is it?
It's an old car, 316,000 miles.
Okay, 300. Hold on. What year car is this?
2003 Toyota Camry.
I'm not sure you have a computer that would be that sensitive. No, not with an 03. I don't think so.
I don't know. All I know is immediately afterward.
How do you get Hold on. Have you ever redone that engine?
What does that mean?
Have you ever had the engine rebuilt?
Not the engine rebuilt, but they take care of it. The car.
Have you ever? Whose car? Is this your car, Drew?
Yes.
It's your car. Have you had it from new?
Yes.
You personally put 316,000 miles on a car.
In like 17 years.
But my gosh, and you never had to rebuild your transmission or your engine ever.
That's correct.
Mark, is that incredible?
Yeah, it sounds good. I don't know though if reverse polarity is going to do damage. I don't even care if it's
it wasn't
a newer
reverse.
car.
It wasn't reverse. It was on the wrong spot, he said. He arced it. Are you saying he put the ground on the wrong spot, right?
Yeah, he put both of them on the wrong spot, he told me.
Well, what would that do?
He crisscrossed them? What did he do?
I don't know if he crisscrossed it. He told me he put it on the wrong spot. He tried starting it 4 times.
All right, but listen, man. Really, on this old of a car?
Even on a newer one. I mean,
no, but they're not going to. What they're saying is anything they do on a 316,000-mile car, it's an old car, and even if they have to buy the computer, he has to chip in something.
Why'd you call him in the first place? You just thought the battery was dead? Maybe the issue was that to begin with.
The ignition went on the car. The car wouldn't start.
Okay, it could, but now what's the symptom? How do you know you have a burnt-out computer? What's going on?
Because the yellow light's on, and the manager of Mavis has written it out that what they did likely damaged
All right,
the
Drew,
computer.
hold on. I got a suggestion for you. By an electrical shop. This guy is a fucking lunatic anyway. I like him. I like you, Drew. I know you listen online. I like you.
I called the apartment complex. They have electric furnaces.
They do have electric furnaces.
And each apartment. And
is it a heat pump though?
I didn't ask about a heat pump.
Yeah, you know what? He's saying electric furnaces. They said electric heat.
He said electric furnaces.
Yeah.
And each
electric
unit.
Do you want to make a side bet that they don't have furnaces?
Absolutely.
How much?
How much you want to do?
Yeah, I bet you that they have heat pumps.
How much?
He said there's no gas.
Huh?
He said
I
there's
know.
no gas.
They have heat pumps.
Okay.
He's saying electric furnace.
He said
He's
How
saying
old is the building, did he say?
This is easy. How much is the bet? Quick,
I have
Max.
to see how old the building is
No,
first.
$50.
No.
Do a 50.
What did he
He
say?
said that they have electric furnaces.
Yes.
Each unit has their own meter. There's no central meter.
Good.
You guys betting? Come on.
Electric, okay.
I'm checking it out.
No, I want to know how old the building is.
What's
you
it
know,
matter?
electric furnaces are fucking rare. You think that you think?
He's chickening you. He's chickening you.
Look.
$50.
No, 25.
25.
You're on.
Bet. Boom. Bet. Done.
Get that landlord on. We want to ask him about electric heat.
Electric
tell him it
furnaces
has nothing
Doc,
to do
go ask him.
with
Electric furnace or
we
heat
need
pump?
to get, no,
We'll get him on.
just get him on and we'll ask him.
They're not going to come on here.
No, I want to.
He knows we're not after
Wow,
him.
you're going to have $25. Actually, I think Tom wins this one.
So what do you?
No,
what do
there's
you
no
want me to
fucking
ask?
way they put
Okay.
individual electric furnaces in every unit.
What do you want me to ask him if he won't come?
Electric
Tell
furnace
him
or heat
we want to
pump?
know for sure. We're trying to help.
Okay.
Is it a reverse cycle heat pump with the air conditioner, or is it a
I'll get
separate
him on.
furnace?
You guys know more about.
He's not going to come on.
Well,
No,
If
ask
he-
him.
if he
Tell
won't
him
come on,
we
ask
just
him.
want to
Okay.
know about it.
Heat pump or furnace?
Except that a lot of people call heat pumps furnaces, but if it puts out air, it is an.
They're not going to have a separate unit in every fucking room.
That's what I'm saying.
No way.
Tom, electric furnace also puts out heat air.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No,
Yes, it
unless
does.
you buy the air conditioner with it.
No. There's furnaces that just have that in there, and they blow the air through there, just like it, only instead of a gas or a heat exchanger, the heat exchanger is electric.
All furnaces first of all an electric furnace is a regular furnace that has an electric heat exchanger. That's the only difference. And they have separate air conditioning units.
Right.
They do. Well,
Right.
so they're not all in one. Heat pumps are all in one.
Exactly.
Well,
heat pumps are all in one.
That's
Exactly.
right. So if they have all in one, they're heat pumps.
they should be if they're all
If they're
in
two
one.
separate
Yeah,
units,
but what I'm
air
saying
and
is-
furnace, they're that
Right,
could, yeah,
right,
you can.
Right.
What we're
I
saying
used to
is
have
that
one in Minnesota.
I know, but don't say they're the same thing. They're not.
I didn't say they're the
People
same
can
thing.
have.
Yeah, you did.
Jesus
know.
Christ! Did you hear him say
I
they were
heard him.
combined?
You tried
He
to-
said
Come
they're
on,
the
Mark.
exact-
He
Eric?
just said electric furnaces can put out air.
Yeah.
And
If you add on the
they
thing.
can, if you add an air conditioner condenser, they can.
No, electric furnace by itself can blow the heat through their exchanger and put out air. It can be a forced air electric
Of
furnace.
course it can. We're not talking
That's
about
what
that.
I was talking
I was
about.
talking about AC, air conditioning.
Right. So that will go through the same vents, but AC is going to be a different.
That's right. A
Like
different
a different
unit.
unit there.
God damn.
No, I understand. He thought I was thinking that electric is only baseboard, and he's saying they can put out hot air.
Yeah.
Yes, for
That's
sure.
what I meant.
How much time do we have left?
You're trouble.
Eric, what do you think?
I'm not a very
I'll come and
technical
ask.
guy. You guys are way over my head.
So what you're saying is that Tom's wrong.
Yeah.
He's got to go ask him. He's going in there. He doesn't trust Doc. Give me the phone. I can see it right now. Give me that. Look, give me that phone. Give it to me. Okay, listen. I just got a quick question. It's got nothing to do with anything. Okay, here's the question. Now let me ask you this. Is it a heat pump? No, that's not what I mean. Single unit. Is it each unit?
He's got $25 at stake.
Ah, damn it. Here, hold on. Go to this cam so we can at least get him on there. You got to be here to live this shit. There he is. Okay, now listen. Is it a single unit? Is it not a single unit? Hands in the air.
What do you say, Tom?
He's talking to Tom. I'm not sure exactly
What did Tom go in there? He said, "Give me that phone. Let me see it."
Is that what he said?
No, I didn't know exactly. You know, you guys know more about this stuff than I do, so I didn't know exactly what questions
I
you
think
were.
Tom's reaching for his wallet.
Uh-oh.
He's grabbing $25. He's in there. By the time he's done with the conversation, Tom's going to talk him into they have a heat pump.
Right.
I'll tell you, one of my buddies.
Yes. So you're saying it's pumping hot air, then we call that a heat pump.
Okay, one of my buddies was the vice president of AAA.
Yeah.
He said it is the best thing in the world.
Okay, where do you want this back?
Hit that's good. I'll get it.
Holy shit.
So
I've heard them in newer cars. They're more sensitive.
Oh, this thing's crooked as shit.
I'll get it.
Do you still video the show? Do you actually?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, yeah, we do, Eric.
Yes,
You're looking very good. You're looking very good on video.
And then what do you do with the content? What do you do with it?
It goes on Facebook and YouTube.
So you got to be careful what you say. No personal stuff, even if we're off the air.
Yeah, so
Literally,
you would have wore a tie, Eric?
Oh man, I'm in trouble now.
He's still okay. Here he comes. Here he comes. Okay. No matter what, it's not going to make sense. I predict this. No matter what, we're not going to know the answer.
He says he's not sure, but he thinks. Never mind. Then fuck you.
No, we knew you wouldn't have an answer.
Well, I do have an answer.
What is it?
He says he's not sure, but he thinks it's a furnace. And I said, why? And he said, because they're called electric furnaces. And I said, who calls them that? He says, we do. And I said, okay, is the building old or new? Because I was going to say, okay, furnaces. He says it's brand new. Now, I don't know if it's brand new.
How do we find out?
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Where is the woman? Where is Morgan?
I could call her back.
Yeah, tell her we have some answers for her. We're going to go back to Drew. Drew, listen. If you have a problem because AAA came out and started your car, and now you feel the computer is burned up. First of all, if the computer was truly burned up, your car wouldn't run. Are you sure? Did you have this analyzed yet, Drew?
Yes, the manager of Mavis analyzed it and wrote a statement.
Who is Mavis? What is Mavis? Is it an auto repair facility?
Yes.
And what did he say? He said that your computer is burned?
No, it's not totally burnt. He said that one of the computers is damaged because of jumping it in the wrong, putting the cables on the wrong spot repeatedly and jumping it.
But what were the symptoms, Drew? I need to know why you had it analyzed.
Oh, because immediately the car started to shake and vibrate.
But that's not a symptom of a well, I don't know. It could be. It could be. Drew, unless they admit it, you're going to have. It's going to be. You said it's going to be. You say it is. They're going to say they didn't
wait,
cause
how
it.
much is just a used computer for? What are they quoting?
How much is it to fix it?
$1,500.
That sounds outrageous. Bring it somewhere else.
Well, here's the problem. Okay. Was the computer in perfect condition anyway? And even if they had to buy you one, do you give? Let me ask you this: do you think, Drew, that computer, it lasted 316,000 miles in 17 years? Do you think if they had to put in a new computer that you're due anything?
Oh, they replaced the computer about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, then that says it right there, that you already had a relatively new computer. And when you say they replaced it, who? Mavis?
It was a different company.
All right,
at that
listen.
time.
Drew, you're well familiar with the small claims court system. You ought to try this because there's no way we're going to call them and they're going to agree to just pay your computer bill. They're not going to do it. Okay. They're going to deny it. Did you keep the old computer and evidence of it being damaged?
No.
Well, okay, so now you're just going to go by that letter that you have?
I'm going to go by the letter, and all I'm asking AAA and the company, they claim that they have a safety pack that prevents it. I'm just saying, send me in the mail the evidence that the safety pack, they had it, they took it out on the road, and they used it, and they're refusing to do that.
I know, because they don't feel they owe it to you. And you're calling a bluff. You're saying, I don't believe you have the safety pack that prevents it. First of all, there's nothing that would prevent something from doing damage if they put it in the wrong spot. That's for voltage spikes and stuff like that, not for putting it in the wrong spot. Listen, I would say, Drew, the chances of you getting them to pay for a computer on a 16,000-mile car are going to be slim to none. Really. I mean, okay. It's 17 years old. I know you said you had it done 6 years ago, but you need more evidence than just well, I'd like to see the letter. I want to see how convincing it is. And then maybe we'll have somebody call this company with the letter. But what is your second problem?
The second problem is there was a dermatologist who definitely committed malpractice and caused me to get a cancer surgery on my face.
Well, okay, Drew.
He always sounds, no matter what he calls about, I swear to God, he always sounds the same. From cancer to a battery, there was no change in his voice, no change in anything.
No.
It's remarkable.
Here, Drew, hold on, all right? The malpractice thing, malpractice is way hard to prove, way hard. Let me just figure out. Morgan, I wanted to talk to you. Morgan?
Yes.
So, your unit either has an electric furnace or an electric heat pump. Either way, you have heat from electric. And that is very, very expensive. Even though it's forced hot air, this guy said you definitely have electric. And I'm wondering if that could have been responsible. Maybe your bill is just going to be outrageously expensive.
But, Tommy, when she turns the breakers off, the meter's still running. Wouldn't that kill her air, too, her heat?
Yeah. I mean, if she turns off her main breaker and the meter is still running?
Yes, that's what she said.
Did you tell Xcel Energy that?
Yeah, they're the ones that told us to turn off the breakers.
Now, by the way, every single place has its own meter, they told me. Every single place.
Now, what was her bill for January?
She just moved in. She was only there 2 weeks.
She got a bill for December for 2 weeks. She should have gotten a bill for January.
Oh, that's that's right. That $200 bill you were talking about was for 2 weeks in December?
Yes.
What was
the bill for January was about like $350.
Was there a deposit or anything you had to put down? Maybe that's why. But again, the meter was still running. So.
Yes. The meter still runs with all the breakers.
So, Morgan, it's possible that's what it was.
That sounds exactly right. December happened to be way colder. January, we had some 60, 70-degree days.
Think about it, Morgan. What I would do is wait, and I would at least average this out and see what happens. Because now that they told us that everything is separately metered, and you have electric heat, oh my God, electric is expensive. Now, it's technically efficient, but that's what's weird. It gets efficient, but it's not practical. So you either have a furnace. Do you have a furnace, by the way? There could be a furnace in your closet. Do you have a mechanical room in there?
Yeah, it is locked.
Okay, do you ever go in there?
No, we don't have access to it.
Oh, that's weird. You don't have access. So if you have to have a repair done, you call them?
Yes.
That's not right. I mean, if you're paying for it, I don't understand. Wait, this is a rental, though, right? That's right. It's a rental.
Is it possible somebody's mooching off her meter?
Yeah, it is possible. Anything's possible. But if they won't check it, now, next thing, we have to find out why they won't check it. Under what circumstances does public service go out, or excuse me, Xcel Energy go out and check? Hold on, and we'll figure that out. Bill's got a comment on Xcel Energy. Go ahead, Bill. Quick, please. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, I worked probably with Stutz's dad. You know, when they did the merger with Texas and up northeast or whatever, it's not the same company anymore.
Well, it seems like it's not the same company. It sucks. I mean, Xcel Energy, when I say they don't care, you think I'm saying that as an exaggeration. I mean they don't care. They have acknowledged that we are stuck with them, and they don't care. Xcel Energy sucks. I don't know what we can do about it, actually, because we can't go anywhere else. They absolutely are the man in the tower, Heil Xcel. And they know that we can go nowhere else. So if there's anything we can ever do to get back at them, we should. Vote anything down that they want and give them a terrible time with everything, because they don't deserve our business.
But you're right. If her bill was $350 for January, it's not unusual. That's why I asked about the January bill.
Exactly.
You know,
and if
yeah,
that
I didn't
furnace
think about
is
it.
in the
I didn't think
closet,
about it.
it's absolutely an electric furnace.
Yeah.
If they're in a closet, because a heat pump is
Outside.
usually in the attic.
Or it's outside.
Well, the part of it's outside. I wonder where the air conditioner. How do they do air conditioners?
Where's she at? What town?
Wait a minute.
Flatiron, so it must be Boulder.
Do you know how expensive that is in an apartment house for each to have its own? They have to run. Where do they put all the condensers outside for like 10 apartments in a building?
That's a good question. I don't know how they do there.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to do that, electric furnaces are cheaper to put in. They're cheaper to cost, and then they bill everything to plus they last longer. They bill everything to.
Okay. You know, I talked to Joe Chiano yesterday. Joe is the father of Become the Banker, overfunding life insurance on purpose, investment grade life insurance on purpose to grow cash tax free. It's tax deferred, but he has a plan to make it tax free. I also love the way he uses this insurance and this overfunding and this tax-free growth to get you out of debt. It is a solid plan. Check it out for the next seminar at becomethebanker.org.
And I'll bet you she turned all her 110 breakers off. Her furnace is going to be 220.
Not if she killed the main.
If there was a main.
Yeah, but why would she have access to the fucking main? She doesn't even have access to her heater. Why would they give her access to her? When she said she turned off the breakers, where was it?
I don't know.
I'll bet you just the 110 breakers there, just like.
I don't think the 220 would be in a different panel. Do you?
Oh well, like I say, it's usually.
She's probably got a washer and dryer.
That's a good question.
How the hell do they lay out air conditioning? Like, if
it's
how many
probably way the fuck cheaper to build.
Oh, it is.
No, I'm talking about just the condensers for every fucking building.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably way cheaper than if they actually put a forced air furnace along with an AC in. And they're thinking,
no,
we're not
do you
paying
know what
for
I'm
the
asking?
electric bills.
I'm asking physically, where do they put the condensers if you have 20 apartments in a fucking building? Do they run those refrigerant lines out the fucking outside and put 20 condensers? How do they do it?
Maybe like a mini split, maybe
just
like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
but they still have to do every single unit.
I know, maybe they do run something out.
If it's in Boulder and stuff, they might not have air conditioning.
Oh, that's true.
is the appraisal.
But you're right, on other units, what do they do? What they do on when you're
In Landmark, that's why they had I think they have them on the roof, but how would they have 176?
Right, isn't that crazy?
Okay, how do they, now I'm really curious about how they do heat, and it wasn't central to the whole building, each one had its own, because you owned them.
And Landmark was heat pumps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what?
Not electric furnaces.
Okay, so right there, that would be cheaper for them. Now they just have 1 unit per apartment.
One.
Well, if you have AC and gas, now you gotta have a gas furnace, you gotta have the AC up there.
There was no gas in the building. Oh, no, there was. We had gas fireplaces and gas stoves.
Really?
Yes, we did.
So, and that's why it's all cost then. That's why they don't put them in.
But the furnace was
That's what I mean.
electric.
It's got to be way cheaper to do those.
It's just a single unit.
Or whatever you call it. So I wanted to see.
The only reason they would do those is it's got to be cheaper to build.
Right. Oh, electric furnaces are a fifth of the cost.
That's the
Well, there's nothing. All it is they don't have burners. They don't have any of that shit. They just have heat and then a blower.
Right.
That's it. I mean, think about the thermocouples, the gas valves, the
heat exchanger.
Yeah.
Plus gas. Plus you gotta run gas. They might not even have gas.
Well, they do. Well, his did because he had
No. Right. Hers.
Yeah, most of those are going to have electric stoves because electric stoves are way cheaper than gas too.
I'm just looking at these.
Are they really?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
I would love to have a gas stove.
Same with
in my
dryers.
house.
They're heavier. They're heavier.
Yeah.
Man. No gas.
Boy, I tell you, you lift up a gas dryer versus electric dryer.
Yeah.
They're probably half the weight.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
But they're much cheaper.
The cheapest.
All right. You know, it's really important that your home have adequate insulation if you want to have reasonable energy bills. Many people are choosing to retro insulate their homes, go over the old stuff and make better stuff, and that's where Rocky Mountain Retro Foam comes in. It's an amazing foam that goes into each wall space and fills every nook and cranny. Here's the amazing thing, okay? It is environmentally friendly. It does fill every nook and cranny, and if there is existing insulation, it pushes it out of the way and compresses it, and this stuff makes your walls 50% more efficient, and it makes the house about 80% more quiet. And here's the great news. When you have it done, you call and make an appointment this month. It doesn't have to be done this month, but you call this month and you get 20% off the attic. They're going to do attic with blown in fiberglass because the foam does not work on the horizontal surface. Then they do all your walls with the foam. Now the whole package is 20% off the attic part. 720-676-6333. Look at this video. FoamYourWalls.com.
Tom, how'd you like living in Landmark?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't live there.
Oh.
I had a place there, but from when I was there, the times I'm there, it was pretty pleasant.
So no noise from neighbors?
Hell no. No noise, no activity, no traffic. It was very, hardly anyone around ever.
You wouldn't hear the traffic from I-25 there? It was insulated?
No.
Cool.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. All right, we have a lot of stuff going on here, first of all, trying to figure out energy bills, and then Drew had that problem with his truck, or his car. When you have 316,000 miles, really, on a 17-year-old car, you almost get nothing covered 100%, nothing. Even if someone does do something wrong, you just don't get it done because for 100% because they figure there is betterment there. So Eric Reinemer, on the new tax law, the IRS W-4 is what you do when you're an employee to make sure enough money is taken out. Most people don't want, a lot of people like money taken out because they get it back or they think they will. Others need it taken out because they'll get fined. So what is the rule? How much do you have to withhold from your pay as an employee?
you should have at least 90% withheld of what you're going to owe to avoid getting dinged at the end of the year.
90% of what you're going to owe. So they depend on us to guess. But isn't there something based on last year you can do?
Yeah. If your income goes up, if you've paid in 100% of what you owed the year before,
you won't be penalized?
Right.
Okay. So you pay at least what you owed the previous year.
That's right.
And then at the end of the year, of course, you either get money back or you pay more. And as far as a formula, does the W-4 do it automatically when you answer the questions?
If you go through the process, there's even a new calculator on there where you can kind of put in some stuff and get your right withholding, with the calculator.
Now, some people purposely have more withheld.
They do. It's like a forced savings program if you don't trust yourself to do it yourself.
Yeah. Now, Nancy, what's going on with you, Nancy? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. I'll take you off speaker.
Yes, thank you. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. First off, I have to tell you how much I appreciate you and
Thanks.
what you do for so many people.
Well, we try. We've been frustrated the last few weeks with some almost impossible problems, though. And so what, you have a safe that you can't get open?
Right. It's in my father's basement.
Uh-oh.
And
Is it digital or old-fashioned?
It's the old-fashioned kind, where you have the code, that you have to key in.
Oh, wait, that's not old-fashioned. You have to key in a code as opposed to the dial is the old-fashioned with the numbers on it.
It should still have a key, though, even if it's digital.
Okay, I'm sorry. It is the kind of lock where there's a number with with a letter and you have a...
Does it have a keypad like a phone on it? Does it have a keypad?
No, it does not.
Okay, how do you enter the combination?
Well, just manually with your hand, back and forth.
How? With the dial? So there is a dial.
Like
with
a locker.
The dial.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you turn the dial to like 10, and then you go back the other way to
Exactly.
52, and then you go, okay, how many times do you have to, what was the original combination? 3 numbers?
I believe it's 4.
Okay. Now, why all of a sudden did it stop working?
Because my dad lost the combination.
Okay. There are a lot of people that crack safes in Denver. A lot of them. They truly are. That's what they do. Now, what Mark was alluding to before was a key, meaning with a digital one, they usually have a backup key. And so if the batteries run out or the code or something, there's a backup key. But not with this one. No, because this one is an old analog.
Does our guy in Boulder do these?
Hey, I just talked to Allied Locksmith, Adele.
And what did he say?
He said to have her call him off the air, and he thinks he can probably help her out. He just didn't want to talk about it on the air.
No, good. So I think we have it knocked here, but I want you to let us know, Nancy. Allied Locksmith. I also wonder if City Lock does it. Can you ask him just for the heck of it if they do it up there at City Lock in Boulder? I'm Tom Martino. We have more to go on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around and give us a call, 303-713-TALK.
How can you make as much as... Is Drew still on the line? I could talk to him off the air about that malpractice and see if there's any... If you want me to.
Oh, he got off. You know what?
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
What'd you say, Dan? I've never heard of 4.
I was just going to say,
Of a what?
For a number where we do 4.
I've never in my life heard of 4. I only heard of 3.
Right, left,
But I'll bet you
usually go...
Right, 3.
And then sometimes you have to go past that number and come back to it. I hate combinations. I hate those things.
I like
and I always
the kind I have now, where there's 4 things like this, 1 through 9.
You mean a digital?
No, it's not digital. The ones I use for like racquetball locker. It's just
a dial.
There's 4 that go this way.
Yeah.
And then you can set the number.
But
like
you
1, 2, 3, 4.
dial them in.
Yeah. So if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, you only got to move 1 of them in order to lock the whole thing. You don't have to do all 4 of them. Know what I'm saying?
No. But
you got 4 things.
Yeah.
Each one is
Does
1
each
through
one have
0.
a little dial on it?
Yeah, each one. So what I'm saying, if your code's 1, 2, 3, 4, all you got to do is change the 1 to 2, and it locks it or unlocks it. You don't have to mess with all 4 of them.
So the one locker room, you can program your own?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's the way they do it at any time. When you first get there, to get the key out, not to get the key out, but to
I thought you had to bring a padlock.
no, what you do is you close it, turn it, and you first you punch in a number, and that becomes your number till I don't even know how they work, but every single person that uses it puts their number in first, and that becomes the number that opens it. And then the next time you do it, if you close it, whatever you close it with is what you open it with.
Then they must have a key on it.
They're constantly being reprogrammed by every customer.
Yeah.
That's why they have to have a key on it. If someone locks it.
Oh yeah, in Vegas.
You know, they won't. I didn't put that combination one on my hanger.
What do you mean?
He came to the hangar and he saw what I had and said, "What you have is way better than this."
Oh, what do you have?
I have a sledge, and it's a combination deadbolt, but a regular doorknob. And he says they're way better than the combination.
Don't mess with it.
Right. He said that mine is way more secure.
That's interesting.
How would she turn off all her power in a condo, in an apartment she's renting? I don't even know if that's possible.
I'll bet she has a separate panel right at the furnace.
You got to bring up your. You got to bring up your $25.
I will. I'm gonna go up there, and then I'm gonna take it and put it 5. So I'm gonna glue a hat with all the 5s on it. I'm gonna wear it around.
Front row seat to savings. All month long at Staples, you can save up to 40% on select chairs.
Oh, that was.
Wasn't Boulder going to? That's right. This listener said Boulder was going to have their own electric company. They're going to get rid of Excel.
How do they do that?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem that easy.
Well, what do the rural electric companies do? They have their own grid, right?
Oh yeah. So like up in. But let me tell you, their gas up in the mountains and stuff like that, 3 times.
No, but I'm just saying, but they were able to do it, right?
Yeah.
So if the rural guys can have a grid, I guess Boulder could take over the existing Excel grid.
Well, they can take over the grid, but where they can get their power from?
I don't know. Where do the rural guys get it from?
Oh, they got their own
co-ops.
They have co-ops, but they have their own
generators.
Gas generators.
Well, maybe that's what Boulder wants to do.
It's pretty expensive to get into it.
You just asked me how they could do it. I mean.
Right. What I'm saying is it's pretty expensive. Then they got to buy the grid from the people.
Wouldn't they still end up getting the power from Excel?
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. Why would they fucking start their own, pay for the power, then resell Excels? They're going to end up fucking their own. What's the whole purpose? Unless they're all going to put their fucking treadmills into something, and they're all connected.
They're going to force.
Someone's got to always be running.
I think there's other sources besides just, there are other sources out there that farm out to the utilities and the.
How though?
Well, there's 2. United Power and Excel.
What I'm saying is every house in Boulder's got a meter, right? Who owns that fucking meter? That's going to be Excel. Excel's going to own that meter, right? It seems to me very costly to get rid of your local electric company.
Yeah, once it's embedded.
How would you?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there's
I don't
nobody
know.
feeding electricity.
Well, that's the other thing. What are you going to do? Buy it wholesale from the same people you want to get rid of?
So Boulder made an offer of $82 million to Excel Energy to acquire its assets in the city's bid to create its own municipal electric utility.
Okay.
Could be buyout.
But they'd still buy power from them.
Well, Excel was not. So how?
They would get it from Excel.
Yeah, no. Are they going to get a better deal from Excel? Of course not.
And then what would they do for backup when they fucking blow the whole thing up because they're morons?
Because they're morons, right?
Then they call Excel to fix it.
I don't like Boulder.
Neither do I. Let me tell you, I know where they'll get the money from it. From their cameras with the on the road. And
Oh, the
stuff.
CCTV.
They get so much.
But why would
What?
they want their own to take care of? Who would want to have to take care of your own electric equipment?
It's older.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to charge those green taxes on people.
Right.
You're right. That's probably one of the things that they can control like that.
You know what? Let them buy it. Let them do it. Tell Excel to sell it. Let's do it. Let's
As long
do
as
it.
you're not involved, what do you care?
I don't care.
There's some Boulder residents are weary.
You better be fucking weary.
Do you ever listen to John Caldera?
Yeah.
He hates Boulder. He's a
Then
real.
why does he live there?
That's a good question.
That is weird when people say that.
I try to go there.
But you know, he's a real ultra conservative, and he just hates Boulder.
He just got fired by the Denver Post.
Did he really?
Yeah.
For what? What did he do?
He wrote an article that he said there's only 2 genders.
Oh, he pulled a. Who was the guy over on Pete's station that?
He got fired for saying that?
For writing an article on that.
Well, aren't there 2? But you can question
there's like
which one.
100.
No, truly.
Well, that's what they say.
You know what?
You
I'm
can't
gonna,
argue with that. What are you going to argue? I mean,
No,
there's nothing to argue.
I mean, you can choose to be one or the other, but isn't it like, I mean, and that's new that you can choose. Before you couldn't choose.
Guys, Mark Gaddy, he's a referral list member of Gaddy Electric. He had a good suggestion for that Excel call. I was putting him on hold to put that out there.
Let's
Give
put
him
him
a
up.
little plug.
I
Yeah, he's
love
there.
Gaddy.
Can we put him up?
He's there.
You people in the Springs, you ever need an electrician? Gaddy.
He's not the one from New York.
He's not the.
That's Gotti.
That's
That's
Gotti.
Gotti.
He's a Teflon Gotti.
He's dead. He's dead. And I'm gonna write a letter to the
Okay,
Post.
guys, I'm on. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, realcbdthatworks.com. If you put Martino in the coupon code, you get 20% off genuine nutraceutical supplements with CBD. It's pure CBD, and you get 20% off with the code Martino. Just go to realcbdthatworks.com from Panacea Life Sciences in Golden. So we had a discussion about a young couple moves into an apartment, and they had a $200 bill after a few days. Like, how many? 2 weeks, right? 14 days?
2 weeks, yeah.
And then the next bill, that was $200. And she said, why? And then the following bill for the following month was $350. Although I don't know why she didn't complain about that, because $350 in January would be right on target with $200 for 2 weeks in December, because December was a little colder. We find out she has electric heat. And Mark said he had an idea to see what shape I think the meter is in. We're going to talk to him. Mark Gaddy is with Gaddy Electric in Colorado Springs on our referral list at referrallist.com. Hey, Mark, what idea do you have? What idea do you have for her?
Well, not knowing the property, it could be that electrical meter could be located on the back of the property, and there could be a fault between the electrical meter and the main breaker coming in, that the wire's starting to go bad, which will act like a heating element underground and actually heat the ground up and stuff, and it will cause your electrical bills to go really expensive. And the more it burns off, the more the electrical meter is going to be,
Wow, that's very interesting. So there's a little short, and it's causing heat, and you're paying for the heat, right? You're paying for expensive heat underground.
Exactly.
How do you tell if there's a fault between the meter and the main cutoff? How do you tell?
Well, basically with different testers that we have, we can come out and test it, but XL should have the exact equipment to test it.
Well, for some reason, they're being resistant, and they won't come out and check it. We have Deputy Doc calling Excel to find out if they'll check it.
I think Excel delivers to the apartment, and the apartment's taking it from there, and Excel's saying, hey, that's not our equipment. Well, the apartment complex has to do it.
If that's the way it is. Do you know that, Mark? Do apartment houses sometimes do that? They have a master meter, and then they sub-meter it?
Yes, here in Colorado Springs, that is correct in some places. and so XL would go up to the meter can, and then everything beyond that. Now, Mountain View Electric here in Colorado Springs, that's the way they work. So that would be the homeowner's responsibility.
You know what? We ought to. That's one more question for this guy, Deputy Doc. I don't know if we made it clear.
Where the meter's located.
Yeah, he told me that they all had separate meters, but I didn't ask him if they had a master meter.
I asked him and he said no.
Oh, okay.
I did ask.
So there's no master meter
That's
and
what
sub
he told
meters.
me.
So there would be a chance then of what Mark is saying is right, Mark Gaddy, is that she could have a fault in the line from the meter to the switch. But as a tenant,
I have a question. Is $350 unreasonable for a month of electric heating?
No.
And if that's unreasonable, then why assume there's a short if that's a reasonable cost for electricity? If it was $1,000.
No, I understand.
You know what it was? It just hit her hard. She had no idea it was going to be that costly for heat.
303-713-TALK.
Hey, I got a question, though, real quick. If they bring it up to a meter outside Excel and it's their meter, how about the wire running to the apartment? Whose responsibility is that? Is that the apartment's?
Now say that again. If there is a fault in it?
If Excel has the meter.
Yes.
And they bring the power to the apartment complex meter. The wire coming out of the meter going to the individual.
That's the home.
So that most likely it's still going to come back to the apartment complex.
And that's why Excel is probably saying that. You're right. That's called a service line. It's like the service line in a sewer.
That's exactly right. Or to my house for that
that's
instant.
what I mean. So from the street to the house is the service line covered by the homeowner. And in this case, the owner is an apartment complex. So if there is a short in that line between the meter and the house, you would have to hire an electrician to fix that.
But if XL is billing each apartment owner, I am sure the meter each person has it.
They do.
Has their own meter.
But
they do.
But the line going from the meter to the apartment.
If there is a fault in the service line to each apartment or to one apartment, it's the landlord or it's the property owner's responsibility, not Excel. Excel takes no responsibility beyond a meter. They just don't. So that meter run from the meter to the house is the landlord's responsibility. But again, we don't even know she has a problem, and I think what she needs to do is monitor it more.
She also can ask her neighbors what
That's
their
a good
electric
idea.
bills are.
Oh, good idea.
That's a really good idea.
If they're all around the same price, then that's what Mark said. That's the price of heating that she just wasn't aware of.
Did we find, Margaret, this is very interesting, that credit canvas credit union. Now, what was the issue with it again? I remember talking about this credit union, and it was odd. Go ahead, Margaret. What was the original problem there?
Well, I had a 5-year loan, and it was to be paid off January of 2020, and unbeknownst to me, they had put insurance on my car.
Right, and what we talked about was this. If you can show that you had insurance during the period they're charging you for, which is called forced insurance, they would have to remove that. So were you able to prove you had insurance during the period they were charging you?
Yes, I was able to prove it, but they were charging me interest on the insurance that they put on.
That's right. That's right.
And it was to the tune of like $700, right?
That's right. Who did we have call on this? I'm looking at my sheet here.
Deputy Daff, I believe.
Okay, is she here? Did you hear from anybody yet, Margaret?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Last night I heard from Canvas, and it's been taken care of.
Oh, my goodness. I just can't believe that. Oh, that's wonderful, Margaret. Deputy Daff deserves the dinger here. Okay,
Let's get the dinger out.
Let's get the dinger out. Hold on. Thank you very much, by the way. Would you tell people, do me a favor, Margaret, and tell people when you're frustrated and you don't know where to go, would you please tell them to give us a call at 303-MARTINO, and we'd be glad to help.
I will.
How long
I will
you been screwing around with this thing, Margaret?
December 26th.
Well, you know what? That's cool. Thank you very much. And Deputy Daft, way to go. Wow, here we go. She gets the dinger. Wow. Is there a such thing as using that dinger too much in a day? Could we possibly run into...
Never.
We do get complaints.
ED, excessive dinger?
Yeah, they said...
It could be.
We do have medicine for that, you know.
An excessive dinger? Okay. Now...
I wonder what happens if you used it more than 3 hours.
That's who knows. You gotta make note of that. And, Tyler, what's going on with you, Tyler, and Freeway Ford?
So bought a car from them back in August, certified pre-owned from them through their lot.
So what? That's a funny name, verified pre-owned. They basically verify it was owned before, right?
Yeah. That's what it's seeming like to me.
I mean, do they promise you anything with that pre-owned program?
I mean, so when I went in, I told them exactly what I was looking for. I've been screwing around with Craigslist cars for
don't do that.
every vehicle. And
what did you get from Freeway? What did you get from them?
I got a 2018 Ford Focus ST.
Okay, ST. And how many miles on it?
It had 12,889 when I bought it, and it's now got just under 24,000.
Oh, so you put 12 on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good. You're having a problem, I take it. Now, here's what I want to ask. Are you having a problem with the automobile or the truck or whatever? Or are you having the Focus, or are you having a problem with the sales part of it?
I'm having a problem with both parts of it. With
really?
The vehicle, parts are already starting to wear way faster than what they should.
Well, that's Ford. And then you have the dealer. Hold on, and we'll come to you because I want to give you time. And then I have a question for Eric Reinemer. And this is Atlas CPAs and Advisors. The name Atlas CPAs and Advisors would give someone the idea that you do advising. What kind of advising? That's my question, not the one I have from a listener. What is the advising part? Is it tax advisement?
Well, it's tax, but it's also business advising, helping entrepreneurs figure out where they want to get to with their businesses, or maybe an individual with their portfolio and when they can retire, things of that nature. Planning ahead, no matter what.
Okay, so planning ahead, whether it be on a personal level, as an owner, or in a business.
Or even an individual that just has a job but tries to figure out where can I go, when can I kick back and retire.
We have a guy that owns his own business, and he says as far as here's what he wants to know. This is a good question. He says he has a corporation, and he says he takes a salary. Does he have to prepay tax on his salary or prepay tax on the business income?
It's both combined. All he has to do is make sure he's paid in 80% of what he owes or 90% by the end of the year, either through his wage or through quarterly payments. The combination of both.
But what I'm saying is, if he pays personally for the money he takes out of the corporation, does the corporation have tax at the end of the year?
Not if it's an S Corp.
Okay. Why would anyone have a C Corp?
Very few reasons anymore. There aren't.
But are giant corporations C Corps?
Sure.
When you have multiple owners.
Yeah. All the big public companies have to be a C Corp.
Okay, all right. So S Corp is what you recommend. If somebody made the mistake, I think this guy made a mistake, is because I think he has a C Corp. Can he convert to an S?
Absolutely.
And there's no problem with that.
There's some issues about your prior taxes. It just takes a little bit of planning.
But you don't have to go back and pay, do you, more?
No.
Okay. So you can convert in any tax year.
Correct, but you can't go back and forth. If you make a change,
I understand.
You got to stick with it, yeah.
All right, we have more coming right up.
When I had my practice,
what it is, it's just clutch.
the corporation had zero at the end of the year.
After 6 months,
And
they said it's
no,
not
it was a
covered because
PC.
there was hot spots, blue spots.
Yeah. So at the end of the year,
we talked to him
we paid it out
No.
as salary to me,
That's Tyler
or bonuses to the girls.
Can you get
Jeff
Vivek
never
on
had a
for?
profit.
I know I'm going to need him.
But it was like
for
PC.
Yeah.
It never had its own tax. The profit was
And then
close
they
to
want to
personally.
charge.
What do I have coming up here, bro? I have what Joe Lazaro.
Yeah. Right. So what I'm saying is, if we made $1,000, we had $1,000 at the end of the year on December 30th.
There's
in the
also
bank,
different, man.
we distribute that money to the employees, so that the corporation, the PC, technically had zero income.
Cool.
Right? Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It is a manual?
Like to pay out
God, why does
bonus
anyone
wage
do that
and
anymore?
take
Okay,
out
guys,
more
got a
profit
spot
for the distribution.
coming up.
Right, yeah.
Mike's going on now. You know, really, the biggest problem I find when people get into an automobile accident is all the wrong information they get. That's why I love having John Fuller around. He's not just a nice guy and someone you can talk to, but he knows what he's talking about. Please, you can call John Fuller if you've been in an accident. Now, you may not have a case that he needs to take, but he'll be honest and let you know that. And if he does take it, he'll fight
for you, and he only gets paid when you get paid. It's called contingency. John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500. John Fuller on our referral list at referralist.com. Homeloans has a program to fit you. They can help you with that consolidation.
Worked with a customer recently who called. They wanted to consolidate their bills. We were able to do that. They were
Mark has a master router coming up. Marky?
Right now?
Yeah.
Apply it back to a mortgage. They are going to be
I'm getting some good emails, Eric, for you, but
Good.
I don't know why they don't hold.
12 years.
303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
The one good thing about not having a girlfriend or a wife, you don't have to worry about Valentine's Day. It's the biggest pain in the ass.
What was you're a doc in what field again?
I was an OBGYN.
OBGYN.
So I was going to, Mark, I should write a letter to the Denver Post and say John Caldera was right. I delivered several thousand babies, and every one of them was a boy or a girl.
Bye, guys. You know, if you own a house or a condo or a townhouse, at some point you're going to need a plumber, and I promise you, these guys are great. They have discounts for everybody, up to 10% off for military senior citizens, even 10% off for single-income families. Maybe you just need a new faucet or a toilet, all the way to a full-blown sewer line, which they can save you a lot of money on. Master Router Plumbing, 24/7 emergency service. Call Master Router, 720-434-3406, 720-434-3406. How long was that, Shannon, roughly?
No idea, vaguely.
That was about 15 seconds.
Yeah, right. 15 seconds, I wish.
Who do you think this guy looks like? In the cremation commercial.
In the cremation commercial. Dan? That's freaky.
I got cremated? Damn it! He's got
I think I was complimenting.
jaw stiffer or whatever.
Tommy, who does this look like?
I think I was complimenting Mark. I was walking away from two people that shall remain nameless. Who does that look like to you?
Well, I'm asking you. They've already guessed. Mark guessed
I
it right.
don't have anyone I think it looks like. Who?
Ken knows.
Dan. That's Dan. Deputy Dan.
Is it Dan though? Doesn't look like him.
I
No, Dan got cremated.
I may sound cremated sometimes. But
Dan looks better than that, is what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, I got complimented. I was walking away from a couple sales reps who shall remain on young people, and I heard them say, yeah, he kind of mellowed. He's not a prick anymore.
Talk about a left-handed compliment.
Jesus
is that
Christ.
what they call left-handed compliments? That's a left-handed?
No, but wait. There's no way they could have been talking about you.
I was just leaving. Who do you think it was?
I'm not going to say online.
But that's what they mean by left-handed compliments.
Right, yeah.
Okay, now I should be able to log into Google My
I'll
Business.
tell you how catty fucking Italians used to compliment. Oh, honey, you look so good. Just a few pounds, but good. You wear them well.
Well, it's like, what do they say down south?
I'm not one to gossip.
What's the one down south? Bless her heart.
Right.
Or, that's a
Anytime.
left-handed compliment. Right?
Exactly.
And down south, oh, bless her heart. She can't keep a man. Yeah. And then bless her heart makes it all better.
Hey, you know, I watched that movie last night, Parasite.
Oh, I love it.
I thought it was horrible.
Yeah, it is.
It was
It's horribly good, though.
It was a terrible movie.
You mean the story?
The
movie's
movie,
good.
the acting was terrible. The story
Oh,
was
it was
terrible.
great. It was great.
Oh, it was such a dumb
I
movie.
agree with Doc, and I haven't even seen it.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. By the way, we never did talk about the nominees and the Oscars and all that. I don't think people care about awards so much, but here's what happens. After the awards, people go see the movies, I think, more than anything, just to see what all the hubbub's about. And I saw Parasite, and Doc doesn't like it. I love it. I loved it. I mean, I hate the darkness, meaning I wouldn't want – those people make you feel icky, but I think it's a very interesting story. So far-fetched, but interesting. But, hey, you got always right opinions and wrong opinions, right, with anything. So, Doc, just take the wrong side.
How does that beat
Don't
out
waste
Joker?
your money. Wait
For
till
the
it's
life-
on Netflix.
Now, don't say don't waste your money because –
I agree with Doc.
Well, okay. It's
what
not
was your favorite movie last year? The one where they don't put the silverware down right, and the whole thing goes crazy.
Well, Downton Abbey wasn't exactly. The only reason I like Downton is I like the series, but it wasn't a great movie. It was just a normal, like, extended of the TV series. I got to think about the movies, though. I got to think now. You put me on the spot. So let me go to the phones here. Okay, I want to talk to Tyler because listen, he's going somewhere with this. He bought a truck with I keep saying truck, a Ford Focus, a 2018 Ford Focus, 12,800 miles, verified pre-owned. Tyler, let's get right to the problem. You bought this in August. What is the problem with the purchase at this time?
Well, already parts are starting to go out on it.
Well, parts always go out on cars, but it depends on what parts. For example, are you having catastrophic failure? I would say that would be unacceptable. What are you having go wrong?
Right now I'm having problems with clutch slipping, and it's just a daily driver to and from work.
Okay, so this is a manual transmission, and your clutch?
Correct.
Okay, what's wrong with the clutch?
So it's gone out. It started slipping very bad, just shooting up on the engine RPMs and not gaining any speed.
I understand. Clutches are not usually covered under warranty because they're wear items.
Yeah, so what I was told from Ford was that since it's just bought and it's under the 2-year limited warranty, that it's an item that is covered underneath that warranty.
Well, I didn't know that. To me, that's like brake pads. Are you sure? I never heard of that. Mark, have you heard of clutches being covered? But that's great.
I have never heard of a clutch being covered in a warranty.
Now, I've heard of clutch mechanisms and all of that, but not the clutch itself. We might be talking the same thing. But anyway, that doesn't matter because you were told it is covered. Hey, Jeff, Kimmer Transmission, Jeff Vick. Can I ask you, Jeff, have you heard of clutches on a manual transmission being covered under warranty?
Seldom, if ever, and unless it's another part that's failed or possibly, something like the center hub breaks apart.
That's what I thought.
Some sort of strange mechanical failure.
Yeah.
Then no, like you said, it's a wear item, and most clutches wear or fail prematurely due to driver error, due to misuse and abuse. So they will almost never cover it.
Now, I want to know something. What did Ford say? If they said it's covered, then why isn't it being replaced?
Yeah, so they told me that because there's some hot spots on it, that it's not going to be covered anymore, and that was going to be $3,000 to replace the clutch.
Okay, listen, I know you'd like to have this covered by them. It says here, let's see, their warranty, Focus models, dual clutch. Now the clutch and associated components will be under warranty because it says there was a problem with them. That's weird. I'm reading this. They just put things under warranty because of the problems they're having with the clutches. But they said there's hot spots. What does that mean, Jeff? What does a hot spot mean on a clutch?
He mentioned that the clutch was slipping. If you're slipping, you're going to create those hot spots. It's literally not being able to grab, so it's creating that friction that's going to create hot spots. If you see it more on the pressure plate side as opposed to the flywheel side, that's generally an indicator of somebody who's riding the clutch. They rest their foot on that clutch pedal, which releases the clamp load and will actually cause it to slip.
What do hot spots tell you then? Hot spots tell you it's his driving?
Well, no, that's just an indication of slippage. Depending on where the hot spots are, if it's on the pressure plate side, the flywheel side, or both sides, gives you an indication of why it was slipping. So like I said, if the pressure plate side shows more heat than the flywheel, it's generally an indicator that somebody's riding that clutch. If you've got equal on both sides, it's because that clutch is not holding properly, whether it's because of wear or the clamp load of the pressure plate itself is starting to fail, the springs inside there, and that will allow equal slipping on both sides.
There is a problem with these clutches in general because I'm reading articles about them.
Yeah, they actually had safety recalls on them at one point because they had a tendency to actually crack the pressure plate.
But it's not about wear, premature wear?
Not premature wear. It was everything I've ever seen on it is actual mechanical failure.
Have you tried another Ford dealer, Tyler, without just saying anything except just going and saying my clutch is out?
I have tried calling a few, and I get the same answer.
No, because the way you called is you said my dealer's telling me it's not covered. What do you think? I mean, so if have you ever just gone to another dealer?
Yeah, I brought it into another dealer and let them know, hey, this is what's going on with my car. I'd like to figure out what's causing it.
Oh, and what do they say?
And they say that, yeah, we have to take it apart and look at it, but they do have a massive thing going on with them failing right now.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Will another dealer take care of you?
No, none of them have offered to take it in within a reasonable amount of time.
All right, Tyler, you're dancing around the issue. You have to take it to another dealer and tell them your clutch is failing, you need service, and it should be under warranty. And let them, well, I mean, you haven't done that yet. You're just going to one dealer, right? Freeway Ford. No other dealer has ever taken it, and you never took it to another dealer to be fixed.
Correct.
Okay, well, you got to do that because maybe it's just I'm saying that maybe another dealer will be better at it. I don't know why Freeway is saying they're not covering it. I don't know why, but you should try. The very first thing I tell people to try is another a franchise dealer.
Well, if he's already got the clutch out of the vehicle where they're able to identify hot spots, that means the transmission's sitting on the ground.
Oh.
This vehicle's in a towing situation. You can't just move it around.
Is your vehicle just taken apart right now, Tyler?
Yeah, it's completely disassembled.
So I think your next step would be to actually get the clutch assembly itself and get another opinion on why does this clutch have this, where, get somebody to tell you this is driver error or this is mechanical
So
failure.
right now, your truck is your car, your Focus is apart. Is that right?
Correct.
And will they let you take that wear item to have it checked?
They will not let me take it without replacing it because it's taken up their bay time.
No, but what I'm saying is can you take just the clutch somewhere to have it evaluated?
Correct. They won't let me do that.
Okay.
Well, you should at least be able to take some pictures of everything there and have somebody else take a look at that.
Or you have the work done, or you have the work done, and we take and ask for the old part. They have to give you the old part.
That is correct.
Then you take the old part, and we launch an investigation that way. But, Tyler, there's nothing we can do right now if they want you to get it out of there. If they won't let you get it evaluated, I think there's a good chance you have a defective clutch. And I think they're telling you a story. I don't know. But you have to be able to prove it. And the only way you're going to do it is to get that done, get it get the old clutch, and let's look at it.
Jeff, what would you charge for a clutch on that Ford Focus?
As long as it didn't need the flywheel itself, it's probably somewhere around the $1,400 to $1,700 area.
And that's what he's being charged.
No, $3,000.
Wait. Did he? I thought he $3,000. Hey, Tyler.
$3,000.
Tyler, you need to have that towed somewhere else, no matter what. No matter what. You need to have it towed. I'd go over to Kimmer Transmission or somewhere else that we know and trust, and I would get it done. And then have them analyze it. And right now, if it's taken apart, you can call, who's our cast iron recovery? Do we have them on the list?
Yep, they're still there.
They'll come and get it, and they don't charge a lot of money. Just have them put it on a tow truck. What else are you going to do?
Right.
I mean, no matter what, that's going to save you money. No matter what. Cast iron recovery. Suzanne, could you help him get in touch with cast iron recovery? Tyler, do what we're saying. There's a good chance we can get this paid for. But there's also a chance Jeff will say, this is abuse. But no matter what, you're going to save money. That's what I would do. I don't know why some of these follow-ups I didn't have here. Let me see. This is a clutch. I'm going to put this one down.
Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse. Let's start off with
Man. Did you get a Secor, bro? Bro. All right, bro. Good job, bro.
Can you tell him cast iron, Tyler, how he gets in touch with cast iron, and then let's have him go over to Jeff if he can.
Where's Freeway Ford at?
Okay, Dan, can you babysit this? I'm putting it down. Huh?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Answer now. This is kind of cool.
Deputy Dan, I'm just going to say, taking...
I'll call him. He's at work now, so I'll call him. I didn't realize it was just sitting apart. It's still long, freeway 4?
Do we have any lines
What
open?
we got going?
Do we have a line open or not?
What's that, sir?
Do we have a line open? No.
No.
Hey, give me a back line
Right
to
now.
give a caller.
Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. I wish I didn't have to do a commercial for this, but I do. And there are people that thank me every day for giving them Joe's name and number. If you have a DUI, your life's going to be turned upside down. You should have tried to prevent it any way you can. I'm not going to listen, you Uber, Lyft, all the other stuffs, right? You know that. But there are times you just have a problem, and that's when you need Joe. And he can help you, okay? So call him for any DUI situation immediately. 303-429-6200. Now, what about other problems? Yeah, we do have listeners from time to time who have a shoplifting charge or an assault charge or neighbor versus neighbor or something. When life is not perfect, you can end up in trouble. And you need help. Joe Lazzara. That's Lazzara, 2 Z's and 1 R. LazzaraLegal.com. 303-429-6200.
You had, where are you leaving? I don't see it here.
Me leaving? Oh, because I'm not taking any days.
Okay.
We're just going for the weekend, and we're leaving at night.
Good.
Are we going to have a show next Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark does.
What do you mean I do?
Well, I'm just kidding.
Next Monday, is that
President's Day.
We are out here, though. When is this? Why are we
That's probably the worst day in the whole
I
world
wouldn't mind
to go
taking
skiing.
it off, but would he get mad?
Because there's so many people up
No, he
there.
doesn't care.
so
As long as none of us
Actually,
care,
I
he
think
gives a
Christmas over Christmas is a bad deal.
I've had, you know, we used to go to Steamboat on Christmas because you can go for a couple of days and you don't get a lot of day traffic. But if you go on anywhere else on President's Day, all the front range people go up.
No, you're right. President's Day, I would think.
It's the worst.
A bad one.
But you know, if you go to like Steamboat or Park City on Christmas for the week, it's
Jesus,
not bad.
here's another legal bill, and you say we only have...
Where is it?
I'm
Did
going
it
to
just
send it
come?
to you guys, yeah.
How come I didn't get it?
I don't know. I'm going to send it to you because they say it's outstanding.
Oh, it's an old one.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, I can't wait to get into those motherfuckers.
So what if they call up and say that they want help with collecting a bill from Tom Martino? Then what do?
Put them on the show.
Exactly.
It looks like Boulder might be backing off on their power company thing.
Well, they're stupid. What's your problem?
What does this mean? This Keegan's versus Girls Keegan. Ask a question on your business profit.
Oh, I just did this.
What does that even mean? What does this mean?
I answered it already.
Oh, they ask questions.
I create, yeah.
I didn't know you got it. It didn't show that you had it.
Yeah. Oh, you need to log in. I will do it later. You got to make me owner on that.
On which one?
Referral list. But
You're not. I will.
You don't know how to log. No, actually, it's Troubleshooter, not referral list.
Just tell me how.
I don't. It's too much.
Are you?
My name is What are you logged in as right now? Tom Martino? Go to Google My Business. Type that in real quick. Go to Google My Business.
I'm going to do it on this computer, not this one.
Wherever you're logged in.
Well, I'm logged in here.
Okay.
I'm always logged in.
Just go to Google My Biz. Yeah, you're logged in here. Google My Business. Just, yeah. No. Just Google space My Business.
Oh, you mean just search this?
And now go to Google My Business. Click on it. Oh, your laptop's slow as shit.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There it is. Go there.
It's not the laptop, trust me.
So at home it's not like this?
No, I know, and it's downstairs it was
now go
too.
manage now. Okay, now go to users. And you got to change me to an owner. There you go. And then save it. And that's it. Who the hell is this?
Okay. I just got a text.
Hey, was there someone else there, Dave? I didn't even think of that. Go back to there, see if Dave's on there. I thought I added him.
Dave is not on there.
He might not have accepted the invitation yet. Oh, no, I couldn't send it because I wasn't an owner.
Who do you want me to send it to?
Dave at getfoundfast.com. That's why you had to add me. I can't even make people managers.
Okay, hold on.
You got to make him a manager.
I will. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on in your life and how do we help you? We say that every single day. So we want to help you. Honest to goodness, all you have to do is call us. And it's important that you know you can get BioT at hormonebros.com and supplements, and they do thread lifts, they do other fillers, Juvederm, and all kinds of stuff. So that is thehormonebros.com. Good people. They even have a mobile unit now, right, Suze?
Oh, yeah,
Tell
down
me
in
about it.
Castle Rock, Tom, at the Justice Center there.
When do they go there?
Every Wednesday, they do nutrient injectables.
So they're
they
there
do
today.
testosterone shots. If you call ahead of time, they'll even do their BioT. I visited them last week. It was great.
You can do BioT on their portable. So
if you call ahead of time on that.
Are they in different communities at different times?
No, not yet, but they're working on that. They're in Castle Rock, and then they're also going to be at 470 in Peoria at the Douglas County Crime Labs on Tuesdays. I think that's starting this week, but anybody's welcome to go up.
I had no idea how many police officers get BioT in these shots. It's insane.
Well, that's good. That's good. Okay, so thehormonebros.com will get you all the information on them. 303-713-TALK. Okay, Craig says he's got some clarification on this clutch thing. Go ahead, Craig.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
All of those Ford Focus STs were equipped with 6-speed manual transmissions. The recall that Ford had on the Ford Focus was a dual clutch transmission that they had in their automatic transmission equipped Focuses.
So it doesn't cover him.
No. Now, these guys, I don't know if you've noticed these Ford Focus ST guys. They're kind of like the Subaru STI drivers. They have that turbo. A lot of them get the aftermarket exhaust. They go blasting around in these cars with the 6-speed manuals. They drive them hard. I mean, that's basically owner abuse. And he buying it used, he has no idea how the previous owner drove it.
Good point.
That's a really good point.
But it was a certified vehicle, though.
Yeah, but
that doesn't.
But I don't think with certified used, actually, what do they do? Craig, do they, with a certified used, do you think they go in and open it up and look at it? I don't.
No, but they guarantee the warranty longer.
If you read the fine print, that's not going to apply to wear and tear items.
I know, but for some reason, this guy thinks that the clutch is covered, and it was never covered. See, that's the point.
They told him it was.
But you know what? I don't even know if I believe that.
They probably thought it was the automatic, though.
Tyler, here's the problem with this whole thing. Are you still here, Tyler?
Yeah.
Here's the problem with the whole premise. We're going off the idea that you say it's covered. It's not covered. So it's a faulty premise to begin with. That because the clutches are never covered. And why, someone told you it is doesn't make it so. Everywhere I look online, everywhere I look, Ford does not cover clutches, period. They don't. The one that I was looking at was the wrong one. It was for automatic transmissions. So even if our guy can do it cheaper and gets the old clutch, and the old clutch looks worn out or premature wear or whatever, your clutch is not covered. So I don't know what, that's it, okay? It's not covered. I can't make it covered. 303-713-TALK. Elsie, what's going on with you, Elsie? What's happening?
Hi, Tom. I was a member of a workout studio in Boulder, Colorado, and
now, when you say workout studio, are you talking about a gym or something else?
Yoga.
It's not yoga.
bar, and the company is called Pure Bar. It's a corporation, and they have different franchises across the nation, with one of them being in Boulder, Colorado.
And what do you do when you go there?
They just have like a schedule of classes.
Okay.
You sign up for membership, but you can take unlimited classes.
Got you, a fitness studio. Got it. So what's the problem?
So on November 21st, I notified the owner of the studio that I wanted to cancel my membership.
Sure.
And she said, no worries, there's a 30-day cancel policy, so your last charge will be on November 29th.
So in other words, it is month to month, right?
Yes, it's month to month. And you can cancel at any time with a 30-day notice.
So what I would say is on 11/21, if you said you wanted to cancel, in my mind, that would go into effect December 1st, and you'd have to pay for all of December, and you could get out January. Without you telling me anything, if you came to me on a month-to-month 11/21, I would count you done at the end of December. Do we agree on that or not?
Not necessarily. I had put my account on freeze for a couple of months, so my bill date had been the 29th of every month. So because I told her on the 21st, she said, okay, well, you didn't give me 30 days from the 29th, so
right.
We'll have to charge you one more time on the 29th.
Yeah, and on the 29th, that's for December, right?
Yes, so I'll have till December 29th.
That's exactly what I said, except I said the end of the month. But okay, December 29th. So where's the problem then?
Well, I checked my credit card statement a couple days ago, and I saw that I had been charged for both December and January.
Oh, no. Not according to, if you're telling me everything true. Did you get anything acknowledged about you canceling?
Yes, I got that email saying that my last charge would be on the 29th.
Okay, so you have the email. Mark, look at that email. Tell me what you think. You contest it with your credit card. I can see no way you can lose this. You just go in and did you contest the charge, Elsie?
Yes, I contested the charges, but they said that they would have to settle with them, and I sent them in the emails that I had.
Wait. Who would have to settle with them?
They said that the credit card company would have to speak with Pure Bar and settle the charges.
Did you go into the studio and fill out the cancel form?
Well, this is kind of where it gets interesting. As I mentioned before, I had frozen my account like 3 months prior.
Right.
And I did the freeze form via email. And so I'm in college, so I had midterms, and I had Thanksgiving break, and I went home for Thanksgiving break. So I emailed her that I wasn't going to be able to make it in by the 29th. I said, hey, Shelly, I'm not going to be able to make it in by the 29th because I have midterms and Thanksgiving break. Is it okay if I just fill out the cancellation form via email like I did the freeze form? And she replied, don't worry, I'll take care of it, period.
Where's that at?
Well, that's the issue. I deleted that email because I didn't think that anything
Okay,
was
so
wrong
hold
with it.
on, Elsie. Elsie, the only proof you have is gone, but what does that email say, Mark, the one that you're holding? What does that say?
Well, the relevant part is you need to come into the studio and complete a cancel form. That's about as relevant as it gets.
Now, Elsie, if they knew you were canceling, it's called notice in fact. I mean, yeah, technically you have to fill out an application, but if they truly knew you were canceling, they shouldn't give you a hard time.
And then it says, due to the 30-day policy, your account will be billed on 11/29.
Right. And she agreed to that, but she didn't want to be billed 12/29 and 1/29. And then again, you were billed again on January 29th. What do they say about that one? Will they give that one back?
So, yeah, then what ended up happening was I contacted them, and I told them, and I sent them the emails, and they said, we won't refund you the full amount. We can give you back January. And I said, respectfully, I should not be held financially responsible for someone's inability to document a cancellation notice.
Yeah, but they're going to say the same thing about you, Elsie. They're going to say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, meaning if you expect them to document it, you should have done your part too. And that's the problem. Now, I'm glad they're giving you January back, but I go back to my original premise. Hold on.
Now, impact traffic.
What the person said.
Well, that's the only thing she didn't save was that one?
Besides,
the only one she should have saved is that one.
If they're giving her January back, what's the problem? It's exactly what Tom said. She should be billed for December.
I agree.
Well, yeah, I mean, she wants to be billed through
Right.
December.
She said they gave her January
Yeah,
back.
I don't understand
So
that
what's the
part.
problem?
No, she said the last bill was going to be $11.29, not $12.29, because she told them, and $11.29 was for the month of December.
Oh, okay.
But she's not going
So
for January.
They charge ahead, not behind. Okay.
Yeah, most places charge ahead, right?
Right.
So, why are they dicking around? That's what I want to
And
know.
how much can it be? $20?
Yeah, but she's a college student. Let's help her out.
How much you think it is?
Oh, I'll bet you it's $100.
Oh, it's got to be easily.
They're doing unlimited classes, whatever class you want.
Let's find out.
GetFoundFast.com. You know, we talk about SEO, search engine optimization, and website presence and websites and what they look like and how they're organized. And you'll get opinions from everyone on that, but I will tell you this. The only company we have found that gives true results in this area, GetFoundFast.com. And even they have limitations but they're totally open and honest about it. If you want true help online, GetFoundFast.com.
I don't know.
What?
Month unlimited is $225.
$225?
And that's not even a gym. Holy shit.
Did she go to any class? Did you even ask her?
Doesn't matter.
So
what do you mean?
Drop-in class $23, package of 10 $200, a month unlimited $225.
If you pay for it,
You know what?
and you don't go to class.
Can't we fight for her to get that other $225 back? Come on. She's a child. I mean, a college girl.
What kind of life lesson are you teaching her here?
Yeah.
See, let's get to, really, what kind of life
She
lesson?
learned a lesson. Let's help her out.
I can go out, not stick
Let's
to a
help her.
contract, and someone will bail
Let's
me
help
out.
her,
But
guys.
not a good lesson, Martino.
She thought she was sticking to the contract. It was the small print that got her.
You know
Right?
what? Why don't you fight for her? Would you do
Yeah.
that? Because this prick won't. He didn't hear me. Hey.
Ask her if she can go into deleted files if she still
Ask
has that
her.
email.
Let's.
You know what I mean?
What?
She deleted it. She can go to deleted files. She might be.
It depends on his house and his setup. He should get 95 plus if he can. Some houses, the way they're designed, they're not going to be able to get high efficiency.
What was he talking about, Mark? What are you talking about?
What kind of furnace should he get? And
Now,
where?
who's my manager I'm putting in? Who is it? Frank?
Dave at GetFoundFast.
Jeez,
I think I already added him.
Who's he?
Oh no, I didn't.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Oh, the furnace.
Just a caller.
Oh, okay.
Dave Romero, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean they can't get 85% or 95%?
There's some homes.
You know what?
You got to have a
What is
PVC
the role?
pipe
Manager?
outside.
Mark.
Right. You
Yeah.
just gotta replace it.
Manager or site manager?
Manager. There's some that no. Listen, there's some like in crawl spaces and shit. It would cost way too much money to fucking bring out the pipe. It's just you spend another $4,000. I guess you could do it.
I think with the PVC though, you can go off the side of the house, right?
Yes, but in some
But you gotta have a fan.
Well, I don't know.
Or some of them you gotta have.
Sometimes
a fan to
it's
blow it
just,
out.
or if it's in the attic, like my furnace
Or
upstairs
fifth.
in the attic,
Or fifth.
you can't do it.
Well, okay.
You simply can't do it.
You can't run it up there. Why? Because you have to.
It will freeze. The furnace will literally fucking freeze.
You're right. The condensation will freeze. So you can go off the side though.
Unless you insulated your attic, and that would kind of be fucking stupid.
Yeah, you get a lot of freezing going on.
And then some of these places, usually townhomes, they have them in those closets. I don't know how that would work because you might have to run it through someone else's unit. So I mean, who the hell knows how those work? My point is, Dano, there's some places you're not going to run high efficiency because it wouldn't be efficient.
But like I say, that's what's nice. You can go off the side, so you know. But you're right. There's some places that might make.
Don't ever tell him he's right. Just.
Well, first of all,
I don't mean.
I've never not been right.
You were wrong about the iguanas.
About the what?
Not technically.
You said they were geckos. They were not geckos.
Not technically, though.
Yes, you
Are
said.
you saying there's not one gecko that is ever?
Can I say
ever.
something? You're never going to get him to admit anything.
That's what I just said.
Just don't even try.
Hey, did you pay Dan your $25 yet?
I don't owe him 25.
What?
I don't fucking owe you. He doesn't know.
I'm
He
going up
says
there.
he's not sure. Go up.
I'm
Go
going
up.
up. Do I get
By the way,
mileage?
they probably do have furnaces. I thought the newer stuff is heat pumps. Heat pumps are older.
But the bet wasn't I thought.
Well, he wouldn't have bet. No, I know this. You wouldn't have bet if you thought you were wrong. So bets off.
Well, nobody ever bets if they think they're wrong, Mark.
Bets off, buddy.
Here's the deal.
I would have never bet if I thought I was wrong.
No, I thought the newer
That's his out.
technology is heat pumps, and it's not. Electric furnaces are in the newer stuff.
I'm sure it's just cheaper, and they charge.
And they pass on the cost. It's not like the apartment
and they last longer.
Where do I put deposits? How do I
They're
do just
clean.
deposits?
There's no filter. Oh, there is.
On your online banking?
Purely because of the breeze.
I'm waiting for
Impact your life this afternoon at 2.
I'm like looking for today is 11. I'm looking for
We got the good core, right?
I'm looking for what's called micro deposits.
Well, whatever.
On what? You mean on a bank account? Okay.
Yeah, it's a long story. It's for linking. It sucks. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Eric Reinemer, an employer wants to know, can they be held responsible for under withholding from an employee?
Only if the employee told them to do something, they didn't do it. I mean, but if the employee said only withhold a small amount, then that's on the employee.
Well, wouldn't they have a W-4 to prove that?
Yeah.
So if they do what the W-4 says, they, as an employer, cannot be held responsible.
Not at all.
What is the employer responsible for then?
To pay in the payroll taxes to the government that they've withheld. That's really about it, just to fulfill the obligation as the fiduciary holding their withholding.
All right. So the answer is no, you don't have risk there if you're doing it properly. Now, Elsie, listen, we're split on Elsie. I think we should help Elsie because I think she probably was misled on the phone. Now, yeah, she has a contract that says, or an email actually, it says, come on in. Here's the problem, Elsie. You say there was an additional email after that. What's strange is you kept the one that said you have to come in and fill out a form, and you didn't keep the one that says don't worry about it. Why is that?
I mean, quite honestly, I trusted them. There was like.
Then why did you keep the other one?
I honestly don't know. I probably was on my phone and just clicked delete really quickly. I tried to go in my trash, but the inbox.
But you're saying you said I can't get in there. She said don't worry.
Yes, 1,000%. She said don't worry, I'll take care of it.
All right, we're going to call them and try to listen, that's $225.
And did you use it at all? Did you show up in that time period
I
at
did
all?
not show up one time. Not one time.
Okay. So, your contention is you intended to cancel on 11/29. They could take that payment out, but they would not take out a payment at the end of December. You would only be responsible for December.
You know,
right?
she also said, she also told this woman that she probably will be in.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she did.
No, I didn't.
It says,
No, I did not.
I should be able to.
I should be able to come in by the 29th to sign the cancellation form.
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's the only one we have. And you said after that, okay, so you wrote and said I should be able to. Then when did you say you can't?
I said it probably the 26th, 27th because I had midterms and was home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, man, this is rough. She's going to say, here's what she's going to say. She told me she would be in, and she didn't show up. Or do you think she'll be honest about it? Have you talked to her?
Well, they changed owners on January.
So she's not even there anymore.
The new owner's not going to want to refund something.
No.
That's not even fair.
No, the new owner's not going to. Hold on. You know what?
Still in the studio.
We'll try to call Elsie. Hold on. I don't know. Deputy Doc, I'd like you to give it a shot. Tell him it's a college kid. We're talking about $225. It's not going to break.
December.
Right.
So we all agree December should be paid.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because she canceled in November and she didn't get in there to sign the form, but everyone acknowledges that she did cancel. It's in that email.
Right.
But show Deputy Doc that email. That email does show that the manager was told she's going to cancel.
I have to leave. I have an appointment. I will take care of this.
I'm going to write that down.
off air.
Okay, let me write it.
And I'll I'll come in early tomorrow
No,
morning.
we got you.
So I know Clint is going to be there.
Doc, I'm kidding. You don't got a poker.
I don't know why the new owner would have to fucking.
They don't have to. We're
Hey,
trying to give her a break.
I don't even know why it's
Totally
fair
good.
though. In any fucking
Give him a
world.
break.
You hear well. You hear well.
Yeah. Let me have that email. And
Yeah,
I'll,
give him the email.
Take care of it later.
We'll help. Come on, Mark is so heartless.
He's a cold.
God Almighty.
Imagine
I find it crazy.
Okay.
So now a new owner's gonna have to fucking.
So if you had found out she was hot, Mark would help her.
Right.
Yeah, my ass. It's fucking nuts.
See you, Doc.
I'll see you guys.
I was even good until she threw in the whole new owner thing.
ABC News, I'm Zachary Keith. New Hampshire was the last state in which Paul Patrick, the Democrat and one-time governor of Massachusetts, is
Hello.
ending his presidential campaign. Patrick failed to capture more than a small percentage of the vote in the Iowa caucuses, and his New Hampshire primary, Senator Michael Bennet and Andrew Yang also folded their campaign.
Oh, Mark.
Uh-oh. You better call on that now.
You no longer exist.
Call now. Then they already have your number, so call them, and then we'll
I'm not. Dude, I did that one time, and I fucking got calls every 8 minutes. I will never do it again. I don't care if you fucking paid me. You acknowledge it one time, they fucking kill you.
Of course you do.
You know what? Let me see your phone. I'm going to show you how it works.
Would you go star 67? Take that number and go star 67.
I'm not doing it. I made the mistake of one time. FBI joint search for missing girl in South Carolina. There she is.
Another one? I tell you what, that one is screwy about the mother in Hawaii.
There's missing two kids.
There's 2 kids.
I asked Deputy Doc about line 1. He said yes, she should get a new prescription. If the grandson has the flu, she just picked up the prescription and the medicine is expired by a month, the Tamiflu. And so grandma's complaining. Deputy Doc, who has to leave, said yes, she should be able to get a new prescription.
So they gave her a prescription that was out?
Out of date by a month. 12/2019.
Who gave her that?
The pharmacist?
The pharmacist, and she tried to address it with the pharmacist, and they were very dismissive.
We need to talk to. That's crazy. They're giving out. That's like illegal.
Is it illegal?
Well, I don't know if it's illegal, but it's probably not right. So how did they know it was expired?
Because there's always an expiration on prescriptions.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah, but then you put a new label on the thing with everything typed out.
But they didn't.
No, I bet Tamiflu comes in its own package. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like in a prescription
was
bottle.
it?
Dale's Pharmacy up in Fort Lupton or something like that.
We need to call them up.
All right, you guys have fun with that. I'll be doing my admin work. Then I got to run to the bank. Then I'm going to work out.
You know, Fort Lupton's only a 5-minute drive according to Rolly. I used to fucking want to kill him when I drove up there. 5 minutes? I've been in the car for an hour and a half.
He never said 5. He said 20.
Well, whatever he said, he was so far-fetched, I couldn't believe it.
A short 20-minute drive.
A short 20-minute drive. Let's put it this way. I left at 7 a.m. I got there on Tuesday.
You always bring that up.
Fort Lupton. What a small little community.
Well, it's just a fort.
I wonder if it was named after a fort.
I'm sure it was.
What, Fort Lupton? Yeah, just like Fort Collins.
Was it Army?
Most of these towns with forts were forts.
What were they before forts?
Ground.
That's Shaq. No, Mel Tucker. Who the hell's a Mel Tucker? It's built like a brick shithouse. Oh, he's a new CU coach? Oh, no, he left CU and he's going to Michigan. I get it.
Oh, is that the one that was the Broncos coach?
Yeah, they were bitching about him yesterday on
Oh, he wasn't a good coach.
one of the sports shows.
I think you're right. I think he went up to...
He's going to Michigan.
As a head coach?
Yeah. How would you like to be on one of these cruise ships, man?
Oh, God.
I wonder, I guess there's nothing you can do. I guess they can forcibly keep you on there.
Isn't that amazing?
The CDC's probably got way more power than we even want to think of. Which is probably good. I mean,
Oh yeah, something like that.
actually, I might call the CDC on Daphne with that perpetual cough from hell. You notice she's perpetually sick?
You're so funny.
It's true. She's been sick for like fucking 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, months. Coming up on a year almost.
Sometimes.
What? You know she's sick a lot. Look at that. Stranded at sea with 2,000 people on board due to the coronavirus.
And I heard they're keeping charging them for the extra days.
And there's no free buffet. Look how empty it is. Look, it's everybody's, they got to stay in their rooms.
I know it.
God. Imagine if you didn't have a balcony, no fresh air.
Oh, God. Dang it.
Make sure I have my sound.
Might jump off. How many people generally get lost on a cruise ship? Like 4?
It's not unheard of.
It happens all
People
the
not
time.
to come back.
And
When I'm up here, will you read the DHS thing?
in their own
After
police
you
thing.
explain it. I'm not reading that whole statement.
Not the whole thing, whatever you want.
Yeah, I
Just
want
the
to
numbers.
talk about it.
I think he should read it in its entirety.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to Tom.
He's full of shit. Now,
If you put
I
together.
want you to recap them.
You spent all the time on it.
I do too.
I think you
Did
should.
you hear what you did for that other one?
Yes.
That's
I
impossible.
called my gal because
Which
they
one?
don't have a media relations person.
That's amazing.
So I have a
Which one?
financial gal that we use, and she got on it. And
Did you
So
hear?
why were they charging
yeah, I
you?
hear
did.
your reward?
I got a
Interesting.
dinger. I did. I'm gonna
Not
break
any
it.
dinger.
That's right.
I didn't.
Dinger.
Why were they charging interest? I didn't really understand that part.
Okay, guys. Hey, I'm Tom Martino. So happy to be here. Think about how cool it is to have a radio show on the air talking across the country to people about people so we can out the liars, cheats, and ripoffs, or not just the liar, cheats, and ripoffs, but just terrible customer service like Excel Energy or Vectra Bank or people like that. Just the people that just suck, that don't care about you. You know, if you have one, just call me. All you have to say is so-and-so sucks, and we'll take it from there. Now, if you have a problem, let us know. All right. We are solving problems. One of those things, we get experts from the referral list at referralist.com. You know, we have experts, for example, realcbdthatworks.com, the Panacea Life Sciences. We refer them all the time because there's so much noise being made in this space, they call it. You see, that's New Age speak. This space of CBD products, anti-inflammatory products like CBD. Well, Panacea Life Sciences will give you 20% off if you put my name in the coupon code, and it's this, realcbdthatworks.com. Put Martino, M-A-R-T-I-N-O, Martino, in the coupon code, you get 20% off. realcbdthatworks.com. Eric Reinemer, accountant, he's with us, and he's answering questions by email, but you can call as well. A lot of these people are just hammering off some emails on different tax issues. Taxes are due April 15th, but corporations are due sooner, right?
March 15th.
March 15th. Now, if you extend, it's not an extend to pay.
Correct.
If you don't have the money, what do you do? We get this question every year. What do you do?
You file it anyway, and then 30 days later, you'll get a report on how much you owe, and interest and penalties will be charged.
Okay, and can you make your own monthly payment, or do they make it?
As a matter of fact, they've gotten very flexible where they send you back a document saying, if you want to do an installment agreement, tell us how much you want to pay, and they'll do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what if somebody says $15 a month?
Well, it's all about what the balance is. They'll give you actually 5 years.
Okay. Oh, really?
Absolutely.
So what interest are you charged?
I'd call it a 10% loan from the IRS in general.
Okay.
between interest and penalties.
How often does someone that you represent get audited these days? Have they really cut back on audits?
Very
I heard
rarely,
they have.
hardly ever. All they audit for is when you haven't paid your back taxes you filed, but I almost never see audits anymore.
And then, of course, Larson Tax Relief helps with those if you're really in trouble. So, Jane, this is weird. This is really weird. You got an outdated prescription from a pharmacy?
Yeah.
Now, Jane, get off. Can you get off speaker for a second?
I'm here.
Okay, dear.
Sorry, I'm here.
Where did you?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Go. When were you given this script?
Okay, so my grandson is sick with the flu. We found out from the doctor, and they gave him a prescription for Tamiflu. And we went to the Safeway is normally where we pick them up. This is for my daughter. And my daughter went to Safeway, and they were out. So they called. I said, well, maybe the pharmacy in town would have it, Dale's Pharmacy. And they did. And through some, work with my daughter and getting it paid for, I ended up paying $29.99 for the prescription.
That's pretty cheap.
Anyway,
was that on a drug plan?
That's about right.
Well,
is it?
She's on Medicare or her Medicaid. Her and her son.
Yeah, but here's the bottom line. You found out it was outdated, right? So what are they doing about it?
Well, I talked to a lady there. I can't think of her name, but she just this morning, and she said she sounded like it was no big deal. But I'm looking at
how out of date is it?
Well, it says 12 of 19 on the pill pack itself, and here on the front, the label they put on, it says filled on 2/10/20, and at the bottom it says do not use after 2/9. Oh, that's 21. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, but
So
I'm
hold
saying,
on. No, I understand. There are two. So there's an expiration date, and that's the expiration date is 21.
No. The expiration date is 12 of 19.
Then what's that other date? Do not use after.
I apologize. That's the one on the front. I thought it was 20 again, but it is 21. It says not to use after 2/9 of 21.
Yeah, so
But
you don't have
expiration
an expired prescription. What they're saying, you do technically.
It's on the pill pack.
I know.
On the pill pack.
Send us a picture of it.
What does
I will.
What does it say on the pill pack?
It says lot number blah blah expiry 12 of 2019.
You know the difference, right? Here's what they're saying, and I hope you understand this. They're telling a pharmacy that it must be put out by that date, but the consumer can hold it and use it after that date.
You're sure?
Well, that's why you have two different. No, I'm not going to give you medical advice, so let me do this. Let me ask someone, but hold on. I need to know both. I need to know where they're written. In other words, that milk is best by a certain date, but it doesn't have to be sold. In other words, obviously a prescription has to be good for some time after you get it, right? So, but the pharmacy has a window that they have to use it by a certain window. Once the consumer gets it, it has a certain shelf life. That shelf life, from what you're telling me, is a do not use date is after is year 2021. That's the do not use date. The expiration you're talking about is for the pharmacy on their shelf.
I want to see a picture of it.
And technically, the pharmacy should not have filled that because
exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
But it's not okay.
At the shelf.
If it was me, here's the safe way of putting it. If it was me, I wouldn't give a damn because it's not expired. It was simply meant to be dispensed before that date. But it doesn't go bad according to that do not use date until when in 2021?
2/9.
You know, say so February of 2021.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think there's two dates on there? Why would they bother having two dates on there?
It's on the pill pack itself, on the pills that he takes.
On the pills he takes, it says 21, right?
It's got it says 19, 12 of 19, and that's the back of the little pill he takes out of the pouch. The foil.
I understand what she's saying. To me, it sounds like it's out of date.
Yeah, but then what did he take? And then where does it say the later date on the box?
You know how the pharmacist puts your name and stuff on one label. That's one date, and then the actual drug in this case has its own.
I get it, but what I'm asking is it where they took the foil packs and put them in a newer box, or was it written on the prescription? Where was the 2019 date written?
It's on the pills, on the little pill package.
And where was the 2021 written?
That's on their sticker on the
sticker they filled out. On the sticker they fill. Okay, so then they are trying to okey doke you. They put an older drug in there, and then to throw you off, they put a later expiration date, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just.
So they put on their prescription, they put on their own prescription that it expires 2021. But inside that box, it says 2019. Well, then that does sound like I thought it was the other way around. That sounds too weird to me. Well, what do they say about it?
Well, she was real dismissive of it. Like, well, I checked my shelves and we don't have any more.
All right. Well, will they give your money back, Jane? That's all I care about. Will they give your money back?
That I don't know. She just acted like it was no big deal.
All right. Here's what I suggest you do. This sounds overly simplistic. Take it back and go somewhere else. I know that sounds. But what else were you hoping we would do?
Well, I just wanted to know if this was strange.
It is strange. Yes, it is. It's very strange.
I understand.
Now, it's not strange, by the way, to have two different dates, one later than the other, because there is a use by, but there's also a dispense by. There are drugs that sit on the shelf for a certain amount of time, but they want you to get rid of them. But once the consumer gets them, they can keep them for a while. That's common. But what you said was just the opposite of that, which I've never heard of before. It sounds like they took an older drug that they knew was older, and on the sticker they put expiring on 2021 or do not use after 2021. No matter what, get your money back and go somewhere else. I mean, what else can I tell you? You'd be surprised how many things on shelves are expired. How hard are those expiration dates? How hard are they? Does anyone know? Now, Ron, Roy, I got to tell you, I'm going to take your call next, okay? But I have to take a break. But am I reading this correctly, Roy? Are you claiming that the VA tried to kill you?
Pretty much.
All right, you hold on. We'll come right back.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
The Situation with Michael Brown.
Biden's staff just can't help stepping on their own.
She's fine with it,
Well, it looks like they allow, Europe and the U.S. allows 7 years on that. So that fucking Tamiflu could be 7 years old, Dan, if that's the expiration.
So you're saying
that's true.
That month it's going to go out?
No, I'm saying it's 7 years old, though.
But do you ever wonder, though, how...
What's weird isn't the flu, it's Tamiflu, not the vaccine. The vaccine's a live virus, right? The flu shot, isn't that a live virus?
No. Dead. It's a virus, but
it's dead. Okay.
Dead. So you're saying it's good forever then, because it's dead anyway.
No. But Tamiflu's different anyhow. It's not the virus.
Isn't that over the counter? Tamiflu?
I've never had more trouble opening up a bank account.
Then why are you fucking around with it?
Because I want to. Okay. I mean, Jesus, I got to do something.
What bank you using?
I want to go to this direct bank online.
Is that the name of the bank?
It's called.
It's out of Afghanistan.
No, they take iTunes cards.
No, it's not. It's Thailand. No, it's not. It's called Direct. I got
First Bank of Syria.
I just set up an HSBC. They're doing.
It's on Bankrate. Bankrate.com. Do you know what it's for? It has. Let me tell you what it has. Total Direct Bank. Regular savings.
It's Afghanistan.
Regular savings. 2%.
SLYP insured.
Just regular savings.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about idealhomeloans.com. Ideal is the place to go for a loan because I know and trust these guys. I've known them for many years. They've been in Colorado since the 80s, and they are locally owned and operated. Look, we understand you could go to someone that famous quarterbacks like. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to take it from a consumer advocate who has talked to people for 40 years about problems, questions, and complaints, I can tell you that Ideal Home Loans gets no complaints. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Their process is streamlined. They can get it done in 3 weeks or less. They have a pre-qualification that is as good as a cash deal. Your contract goes right to the top. Here's what I love about Ideal, though. Okay, you name your own term, and they have an interest rate guarantee. 303-867-7000.
They're going to say Tamiflu is going to be an over-counter drug.
It should be. It's kind of like bullshit anyway.
It's going to be in
Do
July.
you have that DHS statement that I gave you?
I don't have it.
Here, I have it right here.
I know. I gave one to Suzanne to bring up, and she.
I have it right here.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I don't need to do anything with it. Good. All right.
You got to read it.
No, I'm not. I don't have one.
Oh.
No, I'm going to read it.
That was her way of reminding you to read it. See, I got to teach him how to read between the lines.
Sorry, that Drew. He hung up and then he called back and he starts yelling at me.
No.
Tom says I'm his best friend and he's like, when's he gonna take me? And I said, not my radio show. I said, he can take you whenever he wants.
The guy that talks in the voice like
Yes.
this.
Oh my God, it doesn't matter. I am on fire.
He will call
I have
and
won the
leave
lottery.
a message on every one of our extensions.
The car got blown up.
He's like, what's his name on what's that show and stuff? The little, you like the little guy?
Little guy. Midget?
No.
Midget's not a good word.
Midget. Oh, what's the
little guy?
The Big Boom.
The Big Boom.
The Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
He's like little. What's his?
Oh, little Sheldon.
Sheldon. He talks a very monotone. Stuff with the.
So then I won the lottery, Tom. Yes. Then I found out I had cancer, Tom. Yes. Then it was time to eat spaghetti.
Tom.
Oh, that guy?
Now I'm on fire, Tom. It's really starting to hurt.
Hold on, let me call 911. I don't know who I know.
You rarely make fun of callers, Eric.
You guys are on a roll today.
Where's our deputy, Doc? Oh, he had to leave?
He had to leave.
He's going to go check out this Tamiflu.
He's checking out the furnace. He's going to
Oh,
document.
you creep. Okay. All right, if you need a furnace, how do you really know you need one? There are so many people trying to sell furnaces right now. All I ask is you get a free second opinion from fixmyhome.com. That's the website. The company is Fix It 24/7. Now, I know all these guys personally, and here's what I love. They're going to give you an honest answer if you need a furnace, and then they're going to try to take a shot at your business. Hey, $750 off. So you get a free second opinion and $750 off if you need a furnace. Just a free second opinion never hurts, does it? And that's on any major repair. FixMyHome.com.
Boy, that is a hell of a dunk.
A hell of a what?
Is it a kid that did it?
Yeah, a dunk.
How big is he?
Not that big, but it's this move.
Oh, did you see the Westminster Dog
Is that
Show?
a 10-foot basket?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see?
That kid is a...
Did you see that?
Actually, it looks short. Now that you say that. The basket, huh?
It does.
I don't know. You're up. Go, go, go.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We have a doctor who called in. He says he's a doctor, and he's commenting on this prescription issue. We've gotten this complaint from time to time. People get prescriptions, and the expiration date is on the prescription, and it's expired. I always say, hey, take it back. I've seen things on drugstore shelves that are expired. I've seen condoms that are expired. I've seen facial creams that are expired. I don't know how hard and fast these expiration dates are or what they mean. But there are expiration dates on a lot of things. Now, it looks like this one was weird because the expiration date inside the box says 2019, but the expiration written on the prescription itself says 2021. Do not use after 2021. That sounds to me like what they were doing is is giving an expiration date to use something that they dispense, but the drug itself seemed expired. You have a comment on this one. This is Dr. Charlie. Charlie, what kind of a doctor are you?
Yes. Well, I was a retired pediatrician,
Okay.
quite honestly, and I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for several years before I decided I really like to take care of kids more than pushing a paper in an office.
So what about expiration dates? What about them?
Expiration dates are sort of an artificial thing. The drugs are placed in a hostile environment, such as it's too hot or whatever, and then they track them and track for potency for a period of time, and then it's extrapolated with a formula. At the end of the expiration date, the drug just doesn't suddenly become nothing. It will last for a prolonged period of time. However, the amount of the potency of the drug will gradually fall off. And so I can't tell you about this particular one, but the expiration date is sort of a semi-artificial thing.
No, I know what you mean.
And the drugs actually, yeah, so that's, I can't tell for sure what this guy said, whether he was rooked or not, but I think you're right. Take the drug back, and if they wrote in something else, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, and so you never heard of that, where there's an expiration date put on the bottle, on the sticker, and a different expiration date from the drug itself?
I've never heard of it. That doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, but I
want to ask you something. Are there any drugs, are there any formulations you can think of that would be dangerous after expiration, and like that they break down or they change?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't have that degree of knowledge to be sure about that. I suppose that in certain cases, drugs could sort of transfer, or they could become toxic, but I'm personally not aware of it.
Okay. I thought there was something years ago where a place, I thought it was in Florida, had old chemotherapy stuff. And it was like doing nothing.
No, I remember that. I remember they got busted for that. But
now, chemotherapy is a different ball of wax.
Yeah.
Different class of drugs. And I don't know much about them because we didn't deal with them when I was in the industry.
Okay, so when it comes to prescriptions, though, just to be safe, obviously, you don't want to use an expired drug, but most likely it just means the potency has gone down very, very little if it's only a year out. But you're saying that they've done this through testing.
Yeah, but it's an artificial scenario. It's extreme. They put it in heated places or whatever, and then it's calculated based on that as to how far out it will. Then they measure the potency of the drugs to the end of the testing series, but it still is something artificial. We tried to give our outdated drugs to a Far Eastern country so the poor people could have access to medicine, and they refused to take it because they didn't want to subject their people to these, quotes, bad drugs.
Yeah, by the way, I heard of that too. And I think Project Cure does a lot of old stuff. Not old, bad stuff, but they do a lot of surplus, Project Cure, to other countries. Hey, Roy, let's talk about the VA here. Now, you're a veteran, Roy?
Yeah, I am.
And what were you using VA for?
As I was told way back when, if you lived through it, lifetime health care at the VA.
Right. So
that's kind of a double entendre, if you lived through the war. But then the question becomes, can you live through treatment at the VA?
Well, what happened at the VA that made you concerned?
Well, I got to tell you, Tom, that I got I've heard of you before. It's like brand new. But 6 or 8 months ago, Tony Barnes, the patient advocate, who's since left and gone to Florida, said, why don't you call Tom Martino, and they'll listen to you. So I can tell you that I've got a bunch of experience with healthcare at the VA.
Well, tell me what prompts your call.
The most egregious was this last night.
What
And
happened?
I got to tell you a little background, but I got a life-saving surgery just January 9th. I'm talking triple bypass surgery.
Okay.
And the doctor says, well, among other things, you had to think about whether it was doable because I was so occluded.
Okay, so you had it done on the 9th. What happened after that?
Well, he says, just because I lived through the surgery, I'm the hero. And since I've been out of the hospital, I think I know what he means. I was supposed to receive some home health care.
Right.
And I got to tell you, that's a long history of 5 years or so.
But what
However,
happened? What happened last night? You said something happened last night, and this is after almost a month after it is a month after your surgery, your triple bypass. What happened last night that prompted this call?
Well, I got no home health care. So in my desperation, I did my own laundry, and I think that's what caused the problem.
What happened?
Not the only problem. Well, what you're supposed to do is keep your elbows close to your chest. And when doing the laundry, which was a lot of soiled stuff needed to be done, I was bending over and fetching stuff in and out of
So you were doing too much, basically, and it was after surgery, so what happened?
Well, what happened is I wound up spraining my neck. I think that that I dislocated a vertebrae. That's
Okay,
what I
so
think.
did you call somebody? Is that what happened? Something pissed you off. What happened?
Let me fill you in.
I'm trying to. It's taking too long, though, Roy. I'm wondering if you could abbreviate it for me, and then we can fill in the blanks. What prompted the call about VA?
I've been waiting to talk to you for 37 minutes.
Listen, and you can talk to me, Roy, but I'm asking you to be brief. I'm not asking you not to talk. After you're brief, I will fill in the blanks. Obviously, I'm going to need to know more information, but I need a brief explanation of what the main problem is.
I called for emergency room treatment Sunday.
Okay. Now, by the way, when you called for emergencies, do they normally send out an ambulance? How does that work when you call the VA for an emergency?
The VA does not accept ambulance, period.
Okay. So who did you call for emergency?
911.
Okay, and what happened?
Came. I got to say, first the fire department showed up, all 5 of them.
Okay.
Anyway, I finally get in the gurney, and I get in the ambulance, and I'm telling them, Tom, I know better, but I'm saying take me to the VA. Well, we can't take people to the VA. They won't accept ambulances. It doesn't matter. I'm a veteran. Anyway, I already knew that they're not going to be there. So they took me to St. Joe's. So I had an overnight at St. Joe's, and they loaded me up with, Valium and Dilaudid and oxycodone and shot my neck with, what do you call it? Lidocaine.
So you basically had a party, and then today are you released? This just happened last night?
No, I didn't have a party. Those drugs would be nice if I was well enough.
I was just kidding, Roy. I'm just kidding. You were discharged when? This morning?
I left St. Joe's a day or two ago, and then I took my own self to the VA hospital.
Got you.
Go to the emergency room, and I'm talking about last night.
All right. Now, hold on. I got to take a break. So now we get to last night. You went to the VA emergency room last night. Yes, he did.
No, the VA doesn't accept ambulances.
He didn't go in an ambulance. He drove himself to the VA for emergency service last night.
Got it.
That's where we left off. I need to know what they did wrong and how we can help you, Roy. I'll take you next.
God, these are the kind of problems that are just...
Well, Tommy, they're trying to kill him.
Is that really what he's going to say?
Yes, he did say that. That's what he said.
Does he really think...
No, he's a nut. He's a guy
Hey.
that gets free stuff.
Hey.
He gets free stuff and he complains about free stuff.
He did not get free.
Hey,
He paid
speaking
for
about
it.
free stuff, what are you going to buy with that $25 Martino owes you?
I'm gonna put.
Yeah, don't hold your fucking breath.
Hey, you want me to sell you some of my invisible lunches for that invisible 25?
Show me an electric furnace over there.
Do I gotta bring you there? Let's go. Let's go. After the show, we're going.
Call the management. He said we could call management. They would know. He didn't know.
I'll go in there and break in that little room.
Crowbar and all. I'll do $400 worth of damage just to get that 25.
Here's the mistake I made. I thought heat pumps were more common than electric furnaces. They're actually more rare.
Much more rare than this.
I knew the excuses would come rolling. Dan
There's no
said it.
excuse. I told you that's
Dan
where I
said
fucked
it.
up.
Well,
But I still am banking on the fact that they're not separate.
That's right.
K&H Home Solutions, that's who you call for windows, siding, doors, and more. K&H has what you're looking for, and now 30% off windows, siding, and doors, and I'm talking about windows made to their specifications, fit to 1/8 of an inch, custom windows, and the siding is the best siding in the world, Everlast. And Provia entry doors, listen, 30% off, but get this, an extra 10% and a gift if you go to the home show and see them at the Home and Garden Show. They're in booths 313 and 1275. But you don't have to remember that. Just look on the directory. Go to K&H, get an extra 10% off. That's a total of 40% off windows, siding, and doors. Or just go and make your own appointment right now. If you're not inclined to go to the show, just make your own appointment at khwindows.com. khwindows.com. They have financing available as well. 30% off and an extra 10% at the home show. That's 303-421-7100.
When is the home show? It's coming up.
Yeah.
Home and Garden. I looked into sponsorships one time.
Didn't you go in there to the home show and hit up a guy and stuff that was
A bad guy?
Was a bad guy?
Numerous times over the years.
That's a great place to go.
No. You hit up the bad guy though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Was it the Little House?
I'll tell you one that was crazy was no, the Little House guy wasn't there.
That's right.
They didn't show up.
Tiny house, not
Tiny
little house. How much time do we have?
Midget house. Oh wait,
I gotta
Little
pee.
means tiny.
I love when they say, "Oh, you can't use midget anymore." Why? Why can't you use midget?
You can't.
But why?
You can't. They're too short.
They're not. They're not rugs.
Because midgets are cars. Midget cars. That's a good quote. Why should you not use midget?
But who says that? That's the other thing. Who says you can't use it?
I'd rather be called a midget than a dwarf.
Yeah, where do you hear that anyway? You can't use midget.
Some midget.
Oh man, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. What was his name? What's the midget's name?
Dwarf. Little people.
What's his name though?
I can't think of it.
And what was he doing that pissed off the other midgets?
He put lifts in his shoes.
He was lifted.
He lifted.
You don't understand, Kramer. What's this kid doing? Someone give him cigarettes.
I tried, but his mother's always there.
He jumped 4 inches over the summer. The midget played a little kid on a soap opera as a double.
Today, the word midget is considered a derogatory slur. When we surveyed
why?
the community about the usage of role and pet word and have it join the ranks of other anti-big. I don't know. But dwarf is okay?
I don't know. Dwarf is even weirder because you think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Not to mention, is the W really silent? Or do you go dwarfs? Dwarfs?
You know, they used to, in Australia, they had dwarf tossing.
There was an island of purely midgets out there. They, seriously, they found it on Ancestry.com or one of these DNA things.
Yeah,
An entire fucking
That's the
island.
pygmies.
Were they? No, not the pig people. Not the pig people.
Pygmies.
No, I'm gonna look it up. Midget Island.
cold in here, guys. It is cold.
Look, there's a dwarf theme park in China, though. Hold on, I gotta get a load of this. It is not. I gotta get a load of this. Yes, there is.
Or if you're slapped with an audit, it's time to face it head
Oh
on.
my
I've
God.
recovered millions of dollars for consumers when it comes to private
What is
sales.
pejorative?
When it comes
That
to
means
dealing with
nothing.
the IRS, I contact my good friends Braun and Jack Larson, and I can vouch for their professionalism. They don't
Oh, come on,
have to
show
do
it.
anything.
It's gotta be real.
They'll
This can't
deal
be a
with the
joke.
IRS or state on your behalf. They'll take the stress off your shoulders. Larson will get you the absolute best resolution. You'll be treated with compassion and respect. I trust Ron and
Oh,
Jack
they use
Larson
dwarf
and their
because
team of
the whole thing is called
experts.
dwarfism.
844
There's a
Larson
whole,
Tax. 844 Larson Tax. Get your life back and those worries.
Hey, they are. Look, there's a lot of.
That's 844 Larson Tax. 844 LA.
Huh, look. No arms? Oh, no.
Larson Tax Relief is the only tax relief and audit organization I endorse on my referral list. This is Dave Logan for the
Well, that's a trip.
County.
This is ABC News, too, man. This is a real deal story.
What?
Just in China, they got a theme park of dwarfs.
You lie.
No, I'm not kidding.
GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Genesis for interior and exterior, although they're called GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And that's Mark Szymanski. Please, with home improvements, don't take chances. Genesis on my referral list at referralist.com. Okay, guys, we have some interesting calls, but where did the VA guy go? I mean, he hung up. He's mad. I know he is. He said he waited 37 minutes. Do you have his phone number? I hope we have. No? Okay. He was just telling us a tale of woe, and all I wanted was a brief explanation. Roy, if you're listening, I'd love you to call again, 303-713-TALK, okay? And I'll talk to you. But he said he had triple bypass, all right? And then he sprained his neck, obviously, a few days ago. He was nervous, afraid. He called the ambulance. Then he got out after that, and he went to VA. He was about to tell us what VA did wrong. That he gets to the meat of the story and hangs up. So, Roy, if you're listening, call us back, please. Rick, what's on your mind? Rick, what's going on?
Well, this isn't as exciting. This is about, I've got on contract a financial note. I lent somebody money. They rent in Arapahoe County. And I realize I've got to go to get a deficiency judgment from the court of Arapahoe County.
Well, hold on. There's something you do first. You collect, and you sue them.
You can't collect, you know.
Well, okay. Then you got to take them to court to get the judgment. And
correct.
Okay, good. All right.
What I was wondering, and this is probably maybe information for a lot of other folks, is if I get the judgment in Arapahoe County, is that transferable? This person has real estate located out of state and also in Colorado in another country, in another county.
Yeah, the county doesn't matter when you're in the same state, but when you go to a different state, you have to domesticate the judgment somewhere else.
What does that mean?
Well, you have to have it. You have to have it transferred, basically, and an attorney will show you how to do that. It's very difficult for you to do it on your own, this whole process. How much is this money? How much is the judgment going to be for about?
Oh, we're talking small claims under $6,000.
Oh, okay. So when you get your judgment, you can go file liens on anything he owns. What does he own?
Oh, residence.
Well,
house,
that's going to be, that is really good. You can file a judgment on there and start foreclosing.
County to county, or
yeah,
matter?
you can file liens with a Colorado judgment. It's not a judgment just good in the county.
After you get the judgment, though, you want to serve him with interrogatories. Maybe he's got cash in a bank somewhere that he can get even quicker.
I'd be afraid, though, that he starts playing games first. I would lien the house first. That's what I would do. But interrogatories are definitely part of it too.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, have you ever read about the process? Why don't you read about it? Because there are a number of different things. Interrogatories first, one of the first things I would, if he owns, very seldom do people own homes that our people sue. So I would definitely put a lien on that house right away before he can screw with it.
After you have the judgment.
Right.
After you have the judgment. Okay, what about property that's out of state? if by the time I get this judgment,
you call an attorney in another state, you hire an attorney to go after him, and you send him the judgment and let him domesticate it.
Yeah, my only issue is there's a good probability that this person will quit claim deed the thing out.
It does no. And once you get the judgment, if he does it, it's usually called fraudulent transfer, and they disregard it.
Okay, all right.
Once you get the judgment, there's a time period, and it goes back in time even. Like when people try to transfer things and they're in trouble, unless it's like 2 years ago, sometimes 4 years ago, they're in trouble. Or even afterwards, like after you get the judgment, they can't do anything after that. Because anything transferred out of their name after a judgment is definitely going to be a problem for them.
Okay. Prior to getting the judgment, going through court and all that good stuff, prior to getting it, is there a look back period? Like what you're saying is they did do it to try to avoid the judgment?
Yeah, there is. I think in Colorado, I think it's 2 years. It could be 4. The federal government allows for 2, I believe, and then the state goes 4, something like that. There is a look-back period. And that gets strange because it's supposed to be fraudulent transfer to avoid judgment. And then they make the argument, I didn't know I was going to get a judgment, yet they have a look-back period that allows you to look. In fact, bankruptcy courts will go back, and if you wrote a check for something legit years ago, they sometimes can say, you know what, like a church donation, you shouldn't have done that. And they say, what? Yeah, it was in anticipation of bankruptcy. Even though, see, they don't have to prove the intent. They just have to go to the look-back period. And that gets very hairy. So, yeah, anything that guy did in the last 2 to 4 years is going to be subject to questioning.
If it can even be drugged back, though, that's the biggest part of it.
Well, the courts do that for you.
No, I'm saying, like in a church. Well, if the church is out of business, there's no place to get it back from.
Right, that's true.
If it's cash I transferred to Joe Blow and he went to Vegas, there's no place to get the cash back from.
Right, and again, to get the cash back, I'm talking about a bankruptcy trustee. For you as an individual, you're going to have an extremely hard time. What you do is you go to the courts, you complain about the fraudulent transfer, then the judge does all what he has to do. There's no way you can go after the people.
And if he doesn't show up, you get the default judgment, you get him served again with the interrogatories, and he doesn't answer those within the 30-day time allotted, guess what? They'll put a bench warrant out for his ass and pick him up.
Hey, Daphne, we made complaints that there was nowhere to call. This woman called and said her son, she said her son was violent, and she was afraid he was going to do a shooting or something. Guys, can you hold on for a sec? Let's wait for a break. Anyway, you said that we complained because this woman could not find anyone to help her, and she said her son was violent. Since then, we talked to a psychiatrist or psychologist who helped start safetotell.org, and he said they take calls like that all the time. If you think your son is or daughter or someone you know is prone to violence and could do violence, you can call safetotell.org. But there's another group you got a hold of. Who is this, Daph?
Denver Health Services.
Okay. Why did we call Denver Health? Because she had mentioned she called them and they were, I remember, he was being held on a mental health hold and they let him go and they claimed there was nothing they could do about it.
Exactly.
And they responded to that?
They did. They responded.
It doesn't look like a very good response. It doesn't address the situation.
Well, they can't address the situation because of HIPAA. They won't talk to us about
obviously. But this woman said they offered no help. She was asking them, please, please, please take my son, keep my son for evaluation. He's a minor. He's going to do danger. And they said to her, there's nothing we can do about it. Now we have a statement we'll read right after this.
Now, Impact Traffic. Sponsored by Publishers Clearinghouse.
They have the kid right now.
Do they have the kid right now?
Watch out for some slow-moving construction work being done on the westbound side of I-70.
Do they have the kid right now?
They gave him the interrogatories though. He actually got 7 days in the house. They gave him there.
But
now,
she knows she doesn't have the
we
kid.
gotta go serve him again.
What, Mark? What gives you the idea? Daphne, you're going in and out. I don't know what button you're pressing or not pressing, but I hear every other word. So
the state has the kid in custody.
Mark says the state has the kid in custody. I I can't hear him. She's not even talking to us.
We can't hear you. It doesn't matter. The state has a kid in custody. I don't know what to say. So. Now the woman's upset because the state won't tell her where the kid is.
Oh, that's right. You had said that. Yeah, I heard that. So anyway, so I got to serve them now again, or get them served again, to come there, and then at that time they'll give a contempt of court out there.
Okay, so twice. I don't know why.
I know it. It could be Denver. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? It probably is Denver, actually. What was the one that Dems are trying to do in New York now, or maybe it was California? If you don't show up for your hearing, they don't put a bench warrant out for like 4 years. I mean, it's the craziest.
Because if it's cost, you don't have to. It's a cash thing.
I don't know what. I don't remember what it was. And then the other one in California they're doing now. If you make under a certain amount, your speeding ticket will be half the price.
I thought you had a commercial. He said that they've been messing around, so my Talkmon, I guess, may not be working and something changed. But she gave up. She went ahead and is taking the brunt of the abandonment because she can't have him come home because he's threatening to kill the family. And every person that grandparents, sister that lives by herself with her daughter, the parents,
okay,
everything.
Well, where is he now?
So when she said, I'm not picking him up.
She
refuses. They are not talking to her any longer.
Oh, okay.
So the one thing that I did not put on this list.
They didn't terminate her rights.
Exactly. But
well, then why are they
what they did, she did give me the number of a supervisor in behavioral health that the mother could call. That's not a number for us to give out.
Good. Okay.
But they did give us that. And then this is the statement. This part here was what I was trying to get from Colorado Health Services, and they she never ever did give it to me. I got it from Denver, so
I got it up here on the
that's
screen.
the scoop. Thank you, Dano.
I don't even understand. This statement is not. This statement doesn't say anything.
Well,
it's just all bullshit.
I asked her. I said, "What the one thing that we really wanted to do was to be able to give out a phone number."
Okay.
For
right here,
Health Colorado Crisis Service Center, and then also that Colorado is doing the behavioral health task force. So that's actually what I asked her for. I go,
now
what
they
do
don't
these
want to give
parents
her
do?
information on it. I don't find that fucking crazy.
Well,
no, but she's still the parent.
Right. She should.
They didn't terminate her parenting.
No, but arguably she did.
Yeah, but
well, she still know where they can tell where they're at.
If she just wants to know, does she have to worry? Is he out?
There you go. And in 2 weeks, he's going to be 18.
Then none of this will matter. She's probably going to have to worry more when she's 18. You know, that's the fun. Actually, at 18, maybe they just. How come all the shit he did, threatening stuff? How come they didn't throw him in juke?
I don't know.
Well, I thought they had a 72-hour, unless he did something.
I'm saying if you walk into a Walmart and rob a fucking Walmart, if you're 17 years old, they'll throw you in fucking jail.
Right,
I don't care what anybody says.
But he didn't commit a crime.
He didn't commit a crime. He just threatened.
Okay.
I
thought threatening was a crime.
Maybe not for young people. I don't know.
It is a crime. Yeah, of course it's a crime.
But is it just a 72-hour?
72-hour crime.
You mean, does it just trigger that hold, and then after that, what? They evaluate you?
He didn't do anything. I don't know what to put. Again, you let the government in something, they'll screw it up.
I don't know how I feel about some of that shit. How's that?
Which one?
Just that one, the fact that they don't want to tell the mother anything now when the mother's saying, fuck you.
Well, she did say, I think she had to say, I can't take them there because otherwise it would be abandonment. So it's a catch-22 for the parent. There's no doubt.
Oh, good. This is, okay.
Wow. There's a lot of not just everything. It's that there's just a lot of talk. Every once in a while.
A lot of chit chat.
Yeah.
A lot of chatter.
Dirty pharmacy.
I'll tell you, I don't trust those little pharmacies, man. Remember that one we had that was doing the compounding and.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're right.
Plus, did you ever watch Different Strokes?
Yeah.
There was a bicycle shop owner that tried to molest, who was a little midget kid on that show.
We don't use that word.
Gary Coleman tried to molest Gary Coleman, and the little bike shop was next to a little pharmacy.
Are you talking about on the show?
Yeah.
Hey, the guy's asking, can you slip in the dog-faced pony soldier into some of the calls today?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Listen, I don't understand, here's what happened. We called and reached out to organizations saying, where do people go when they have a problem? A child problem, like with violence. Like her son was saying, I'm going to kill my sister, I'm going to kill her baby, I'm going to kill kids, I'm going to kill kids at school, I'm going to kill. She thought it was dangerous. The kid was taken into custody a couple times, but she would always get upset that they were released, that he would be released in her custody. This time she decided not to go get him, and they took him into custody somehow, somewhere. Anyway, as a result of our ranting about nowhere to go, we heard from two organizations. One is safetotell.org, which I really was impressed with this guy. He said, go to the website safetotell.org, and you can report things, and we do look into them. Then we got this one, ColoradoCrisisServices.org. And ColoradoCrisisServices.org is Colorado Crisis Services. They have a phone number, and it says if you or a family member needs support, here's what you do. I went to that website, and it's quite interesting. It's for all mental health issues. Like this one, for example. I was neck deep in debt, laid off for months. My savings was dwindling. I wasn't sure how I was going to make it. I was afraid. Financial struggles. At 3 a.m., I was sleepless. I didn't know what to do, and they called Colorado Crisis Services, and they were kind and thoughtful and gave counseling and then helped them through it. The same expert anyway, there's all kinds of stories like another one. I knew having a baby would be stressful. I was ready for that, but I wasn't ready for these feelings of depression, blah, blah, blah. And then it says I was starting to resent my own child. I had terrible feelings. Anyway, they called this place. Now, all I want to say is that they issued a statement. I'm not going to read it all because it's ridiculously long, and it's gobbledygook and what do you call it? PR crap, basically. Thank you for alerting us to this matter. We are committed, blah, 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 to safety and health of children. Okay, here's the real part. If you, a friend, or a family member are in need of support, you can call Colorado Crisis Services. Here's the phone number. So apparently they're saying that if you do have a child that's bent toward violence or they're talking violently or they have a problem, you can call. If you have a personal problem, it's free, professional, and confidential. 844-493-TALK. 844-493-8255. So it's toll-free, 844-493-8255. Now, I don't want to downplay this. I downplayed the PR statement. I don't want to downplay this. If they have an organization ready to help you, take advantage of it. ColoradoCrisisServices.org. Now, they also said that there's a behavioral task force as well. And this behavioral task force is improving the way the state, counties, and providers handle behavioral health care. That's good, by the way. They say if you have recommendations, you can get a hold of them. It's colorado.gov, blah, blah, blah. But here's what you do. Why don't you just Google Colorado Behavioral Health Task Force? Colorado Behavioral Task Force or Health Task Force. Behavioral Health Task Force. And then make suggestions. But at least they got back to us. So if you're in crisis, 844-493-TALK. We have more coming up. MyOhioStatePlanning.com.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a tough, let me tell you, I just think
There are so many
kids out
people in
there
trouble that can't afford help.
That's
So-
what it comes down to. So what do you do? That's what it comes down to. What do you do?
But we
and
should-
then what do you do when the
Well,
kid goes?
Daphne, wherever our angels are, we should keep
What do you
this
do
phone
when the
number.
I do.
kid
I have it.
actually-
I
then
put it
when
on
he's
my
talking to the shrink,
safetytel.org too.
and he goes,
Yes.
well, that's
Let's
just
get a
how I
number
get
for
attention
and then
from my
keep
mom. I
that so
never
when
do
we get
anything
calls
like
like
that.
this,
I mean, you don't know
he
what
doesn't
goes
have to
on in
leave,
that
does he?
room.
No, no, no. I
And I don't
actually
think
was
they
going to
can
say
say
this
probably
call
either.
on line 4 is
Yeah.
is for
You know,
you.
they're-
Basically,
even
what
though they're
he's
the child,
saying
their
is,
rights
why do
are
I have to
protected
take money?
to
His
even go
accountant
to
is
the
telling him
folks,
he has to
unless the
take money
child
out of
says
his
it's
account
okay.
periodically.
Could be a required minimum distribution deal. if they're
Something
selling.
like that.
Yeah.
And so I think he was
How old do you have to be
understanding.
before they do
So
that?
I wanted to whisper
Daphne,
that here.
it
I'm
just-
sorry?
here's the other number. So there are 2 numbers now we have to give people.
Oh, and safe to tell. Yes. I will get.
It's the number 2, safe
And I bet you anything those numbers are all bullshit.
Okay. I will get both of those on our angel list.
Didn't that woman though that actually called it first try all of this shit
No,
and
she
said none of
she
it
never
worked?
called these people.
You know what? I think that when you're in the midst of it, and when your child's
Okay,
sick or whatever,
so Eric,
you get blinders
you got
on,
a
and
call
you're
in
just
there? What is that
you're
about?
thinking your advocate
Who do
that
we
you
have here?
assigned
Somebody?
will
Yeah,
help
I
you.
can handle this one.
Okay,
Number
good.
4 is probably a quick one.
Good.
Yeah, 4 is.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you, at what age do you have to start taking distributions?
It just changed last month with the. It used to be the year you turn 70 and a half. The Congress just passed a bill to push it out 2 more years to 72.
So I'm going to
avoid-
have to start taking stuff out of my retirement.
Well, yeah, the year you turn 72.
But what does that mean? I have to take
Billing.
Yeah.
like on all of my retirement plans?
Yes. Then if you have like $1 million, it's based on your
Billing.
life expectancy,
Billing.
like 3% a year to start pushing it out into taxable income.
Oh, they don't want you to keep
They
it.
don't want you to keep it forever. And they also change this thing.
So
where
I
you
get
can-
until 72 to build.
Yeah. And they did a huge thing which pissed off a lot of people that it used to be you could pass it on to your beneficiaries and they could have their entire life. It's called the stretch
But no
rules.
more.
But they shrunk it down
Okay.
to like 5 years.
Okay.
It's
okay.
a good one that just
Okay. It is good to talk about, by the way.
And that 3% starts at 72, but it gets higher and higher percentage
as
you get
your
older.
life expectancy shortens. So
Yeah.
like
I know my mom's on that.
yeah.
So.
I just tell people I expect to take out 3 or 4%. That's the easiest thing for people to get in their brains. It's because they don't want everybody to kind of hold up. They want to take it into taxable income so the IRS can get the revenue and not have it push out into the future. And it used to be you could pass it on to your kids and it could last for 50 years.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
That makes them.
It's,
That's tough.
so
Oh
a
my
lot of
God,
people,
I hate
a lot of
these people.
gazillionaires planned on that so it could go on to their grandkids, but they out of the blue changed it, and so everybody's freaked out because now it's going to be like over like
And when they
5
changed
years.
it, they didn't grandfather anything in, right?
No, it was like pretty abrupt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a billing question. Who do I talk to? No, I'm sorry.
So
a
she's
service
probably
bill.
taking out 3 or 4% a year, right, of whatever she's got.
Right. That's what I would assume.
Thanks. Not at all. Go ahead. 412-480-618.
Do you work directly with the IRS very much, or?
Some of our people do. I myself mainly just talking to clients, but we have several people that we get a power of attorney and just call them up when there's issues that can't be resolved.
But you have a special number to get into, right?
Yeah, no, there's a hotline. Yeah, there's a tax practitioner hotline to avoid the wait.
The wait.
Yeah.
Because that's I've heard so much on it, the IRS. Plus you know who you're talking. You're probably talking to more of an expert than the regular people calling in.
Yeah, they put a little bit higher level person on who knows you're going to be talking to CPAs and they got to know their stuff a little
They
bit
gotta know
more.
their stuff.
Yeah.
Now, even though they tell you something different, they're not held responsible either, right?
Not really. I mean, they could screw up and you can get a screwy agent on the phone and just kind of, but
And they
hopefully
wipe
they're-
that's too bad. That's
Yeah.
not the law.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
still held liable for
Right.
whatever the real situation
Okay.
is.
Do you ever just record the phone call so you can use that kind of as your?
That's never come up before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they might say something, but then they'll put it in the records of that you had the call. They'll put it into your record. Supposedly, they will put on your file what was discussed in the conversation.
Okay.
But they're not going to be held to that, so you still got to protect your butt, in that situation.
And then they interpret stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, I verified they have heat pumps. What? He doesn't fucking believe me.
I guarantee you that's not a heat
I
pump.
believe. Why?
Let's make it 50.
But why don't you think they have heat pumps?
Because they did it like in yours in a special situation, I'm sure. So they just have to have one unit.
You know what? It's stupid.
It is.
Heat pumps are not efficient.
Right. They're not efficient, especially if they really start getting efficient.
No, I was pissed I had a heat pump.
Like
I was
below
pissed.
40 degrees.
So guys, so Tom, I can deal with this and appeal out. And you don't need me to. You guys.
No, but I want to. I do. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll do that.
You guys go until 2 now, right? So it's a 4-hour show.
Yep. You want to give a special, like a free tax thing, call in the next 10 minutes?
I take a lot of phone calls. Eric. No, actually we do. I take a lot of phone calls.
Tell me what we do.
Advice.
But tell me what I can plug for the rest of the show. That you have no, seriously.
Just give our number. Just have me call.
And if a small business a free consultation initially.
Yeah, no, we do that. Just call us with free consultation on the phone.
Got it.
Yeah, that's a good one because people have questions. That's a good lead on.
So, what online bank did you use?
HSBC.
And what did you find? What rates?
2%.
For what?
For just a savings account.
You did too. You did too.
So no CD, just a savings.
Is do they have a physical location here?
They don't. That's the thing. They're in the UK and in Hong Kong, so they're just like an online shop for U.S. taxpayers. So for them, it's just a way to make some. Although we just got a letter. Oh, it's now been lowered to 1.87. So they drop.
See, but they do that quarterly, right? They readjust.
Yeah, like every quarter they might just do whatever.
2% for a normal savings account.
That's good. That's very good.
And they have a history of a 3-year history of above that. They had 2.1.
Is it like LIBOR? Is that what they go off of?
Who knows what?
But anyway, I'm talking about a different bank than him, and that's the one that they do have locations.
I agree. The online, like say you're going to keep money and stuff.
I'm just so afraid of faceless, nameless shit.
Right, I know. Sally and I went through that. We were kind of a little bit, but we tested it out. We, it was her financial planner from her lead.
And I checked a shitload of people. So I want to do this new one by Goldman Sachs owns something, and they're doing 2.8 or something, 2.7.
For savings?
No, CD.
CD. Okay.
But they're not long range.
Yeah. 6 months or?
See, you can't have everything invested. You have to have some things.
A little bit of liquidity that's easy to grab if you need it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a very interesting topic here coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. We are consumer advocates, and we talk about consumer stuff all the time. In fact, a lot of what we talk about are inventions and trademarks and patents. And on that note, I want to refer you to Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. He is one of our experts. So if you ever want to copyright or trademark or get a logo protected or any kind of intellectual property or a patent, there are provisional patents, which you should do. He can explain those to you because they're immediate and they get you a place in line. 720-221-3708. Trenner Law, Mark Trenner. He's on the referral list. You can look him up, Trenner. Just search at referralist.com. And the other interesting thing we're talking about, listen, it's no secret. I've been here 40 years in Denver, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. I'm 66. And, I acquire stuff through and accumulate through a retirement account. And listen, no one wants to think about getting older, but we do, right? There's nothing we can do about it. And if I'm just busting your bubble right now or bursting your bubble as a young millennial and you're saying, oh, God, not me. Yeah, it does happen to everyone, including Gen Z. You're all going to go through the stages, and it's a wonderful thing if you plan right. But you can't just accumulate for retirement anymore and out of fear and just keep it all. You have to start taking some of it, and we're going to talk about that. Because that money's tax-free. They don't want that to stay tax-free. Many times with a qualified plan, it's not only tax-free going in, but it's tax-free growth. Some, even if it's not tax-free going in, it's still tax-free growth. And Bennett, what question do you have about your retirement account?
Tom, I received a letter that said required minimum distribution.
So you are how old now?
I am 74.
Yep. And you've been accumulating but not taking, is that right?
That is correct, and I did not want to take this.
No, because you are like me. You probably have this thing like it's never enough. You want to accumulate more just in case, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Eric told me some startling news. Go ahead, Eric. Even though it was improved, it used to be 70, now 72. But what is 72? Explain it.
Yeah, so Bennett, the rule is that once you hit up until 2 months ago, the year you turn 70 and a half, you're required to start taking out a minimum amount of your retirement money year by year, just so you have to take it in as taxable income. Just last month, Congress passed a bill to extend that out to age 72. So, but for you, because you're 74 already, you should have been taking that money out back to the year you turned 70
and if not, he has to make up for it.
Well,
no?
Hopefully they just don't catch you, but theoretically it's subject to an excise tax if you don't take out the minimum amount. So it's kind of ugly. So maybe your bank is it a new bank or a new retirement fund, or maybe they just decided to start sending you the letter. I don't know what triggered.
But what you have to do, Bennett, is don't get caught with that excise tax. So if you have been funding a retirement plan and you are now 72, with the new law 72, you better look into distributions or you will be penalized.
Right.
Well, gentlemen, you've answered my question.
So, Bennett, I'm sorry you have to start tapping into it. Isn't that weird? You're gonna they're going to force you to take it.
Exactly.
Now, you don't have to take a lot of it, but what, 3%?
It's based on your life expectancy. So, but right now, let's just figure 3 or 4%. But it's based on a life expectancy.
Well, when you say it's based on life, does that mean that if I'm healthier than Dan, I take out less and he takes out more? No, seriously.
No. You actually go online to the IRS, and there's a life expectancy RMD
okay, so
table.
You take out what they tell you to.
What they tell you to, based on your age. So you're 74, so you can just find out online what the exact percentage is you have to take out of all your 401k money.
Now, what does this go for even a 529? What if you had a 529 for your kid going to college?
No, that's different because you never got a tax deduction at the federal level. That's just a state thing.
How about a Roth?
A Roth is not an issue because...
And explain what a Roth is first so people know.
Yeah, a Roth is when you make a contribution to an IRA but do not take the tax deduction. So then when you take it out at the end, all the growth is tax-free.
Now, on a Roth, are there income limitations?
There are income limitations. Yeah, I think it's like a couple $100,000 for a married couple and $180,000 for a single. There are limits. If your AGI is over a certain point, your income, you cannot even do a Roth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about a 529? What is that?
That is simply a deduction at the state level where you get a deduction of your 4.6% Colorado tax if you put money in for future tuition.
But it's after-tax money for federal.
That's correct.
So how do you do that? How do you get is it taken as a deduction on the state?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
It's a state deduction.
Okay, so when you put money into a 529, that grows tax-free.
That's right.
And then if you use it for education, you don't pay any tax then either, right?
That's right. You've escaped the growth at that state level.
Now, because you're doing it presumably for a child, does your income come into play? Are they limited as well?
No, for the 529, there's no income limits.
So anyone can have a 529?
Yes.
What happens if your child turns out to be a deadbeat, doesn't want to go to college? Seriously, are you penalized?
Yeah, when you take it out, then it's taxable income.
But taxable, but not penalty?
Right, no penalty. It's just you just have to pay taxes on it.
On a 529, what is the limit? Like, can you put $1 million in there?
No, there's a limit. It's like $20,000 a year. I think there is an annual limit, but it's pretty high. It's good.
So it's for people who want to save for their kids, but they can't do a lump sum?
There's an annual limit, and I'm not sure what that is.
And if you've never done one, you can't go back in time and make up? Okay.
No.
So an annual contribution. And then what other kinds of retirement are there, or CDs? Or not CDs, but things qualified.
Well, main thing is IRAs and 401ks and for
what is a SEP?
A SEP is basically a glorified IRA where you can put in a lot bigger amount of money if you
are self-employed.
If you're self-employed.
And you're subject to certain limitations. And an IRA, does that phase out with higher income?
No, if you're not in another retirement plan, you can give $6,000 a year or $7,000 if you're over 50 something.
No matter how much you make.
No matter how much you make.
Okay. So there you go for retirement plans. But when you're 72, no matter what, you have to start drawing out from all of them. What if you have like 5 of them?
Then it gets aggregated, but it has to come out collectively.
Okay. Well, in other words, it gets aggregated. You don't have to put it all together.
No, you don't have to, but you have to take out that RMD out of the whole sum of money.
Okay. Now, someone wanted to know, there is a limit on an IRA, but what if I had if I have an IRA and I have a SEP and I have other plans, can I consolidate them?
No. They're different tax buckets.
No, I understand, but like, so if you left an employment somewhere and got a 401k, could you put it into your SEP?
Yeah, you could. No, not to. You can't go from a 401k to a SEP, but you basically can go from a 401k to an IRA. That's typically where you aggregate.
And you can go over the $2,000 or whatever the limit. I don't know, $6,000 limit
on an annual basis. Yeah.
If it's a lump sum, if you're rolling over, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, the rollover, that doesn't affect the annual limit because that's new money. We're talking about old money and new money.
So you can roll over old money into your IRA.
Yeah, you could roll over a $100,000 401k to an IRA account and still do the $6,000 of new money.
Okay, and is $6,000 based on a married couple or a single?
No, that's just an individual.
Okay, and does that mean a married couple can double that?
Correct.
All right. 303-713-TALK. He has to leave now. But if you want to get a hold of AtlasCPAs.com or Atlas CPAs and Financial Advisors, that's what they are. And online, it's Atlas CPAs, C-P-A-S, AtlasCPAs.com. Or, and this is for a free business consultation or succession planning, a visit, or any kind of consultation for a taxpayer. This is for tax planning purposes and business strategy. It's 303-799-9111, 303-799-9111. I don't think I'm putting away. I don't think I'm putting away $6,000 a year for us.
No, but you're doing that very nice large defined.
But am I still allowed to have an IRA?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you can't do another plan plus an IRA.
Okay.
You're doing good. You're already doing.
I'm maxed out.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out other things, but I can do a 529 for my kids. I should do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to send them to college.
Right. Yeah. Well, the only thing is, it's only a 4.6% deduction.
It's just off state.
I don't care though. Yeah. I mean, the money's fucking in the bank doing nothing.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
So I can do that right now. I can do a 529 right now.
Yeah.
I can do 2 of them.
Yeah.
No,
one for each kid.
I can?
Sure. It's separate buckets.
So 20 and 20?
I believe that. I'll have to double check.
Oh, will you let me know, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And line 4 had the question, but you're going to leave. His question was on a 529, if you have a child that's going into the service academy, Air Force, something like that.
I mean,
is it safe?
Is it safe to what?
I don't know. That's what he said.
I mean, I can stick around for that if it's yeah.
Is it okay if he
is
sticks
it
around?
Is it 529?
What to do? What?
To do
Mile High Estate Planning. Okay, yes. Now listen to this. You can get to a seminar if you call and register and get basically all the information you need for your estate plan. Now, obviously, you're going to want help, but you don't need it. You can learn what you need and then go shop around if you'd like, or you can use Blake Harris. But Mile High Estate Planning has no obligation for you to attend their seminar on estate planning. They'll go over wills and trusts and probate. They'll go over all kinds of prenups and postnups and any kind of issue that can come up by like protecting your assets. Here's the deal. February 21st and 22nd. Now, seating is extremely limited. It's at the Crawford Hotel, Union Station, free parking. It's around lunchtime, okay? February 21st and 22nd. Get full details at milehighestateplanning.com. That's milehighestateplanning.com. Now, she said to stick around for what? To talk about... There's one more? Okay, good.
529
okay, good.
So is a 529 the income because it goes tax-free state? Is it also tax-free federal? The increase, say you put in 10,000.
The earnings are, yes.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
earnings
the
are
earnings
more
are-
federal
All
and-
tax-free coming out, every penny,
Right.
if it's used for
For
college.
education. Is there a time, can you put it in 1 month and take it out 2 months later?
I've never thought of that question, but I have no
I've been
idea.
doing it.
Why would you want to do that?
Because so if you put it out before the end of the year, you get it off the state, and then you can take it out to pay tuition.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can use it right away just to
Right.
get the deduction
Yeah,
for when you got a
right.
kid that's in
Right.
college. Yeah,
Right.
you can do it in the current year.
Right. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, you can do it in the current year.
Yeah, it's real stuff. It's
No,
a
I
funding
use it.
account.
I use it.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
And you're not using it for tuition?
Oh no, my son's in school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, and the asset is.
So I can do one for each kid. That's
Yes.
what.
Yeah, it's like kid by kid basis. Yeah.
That is what. So,
Yeah.
see, that's 40 I can protect at least.
Yeah. Just at 4.6% rate.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's.
It's
yeah.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than
Yeah.
nothing.
Plus, it's
Exactly
tax-free
right.
growth.
Yeah.
Right. That's the.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm not doing it. Now, when can I do one like right away, or do you have to wait?
For 2020, you can't go back to
Right.
2019, but yeah.
Mark, I might have to run to the restroom. I don't want to get into details, but we got a lot of calls on hold.
Fuck. Just, yeah, whatever. Hate Obama. Can't stand him. Hate Obamacare.
Is Frank on the log?
He's okay.
He's always on Wednesdays. Shit. That's his. Okay, so I might as well just go pay.
Wait, he's not. He doesn't have a commercial. He's not on the log.
He should be.
I'll let him on, but he's not, okay? He's not on the log. I want to make it clear. I already did his spot, is what I'm saying. We'll do it. Listen, we'll do him something.
Wednesday he always is. I don't
Well,
know
then
why.
can you, somebody work it out, because we can't keep doing it.
Yeah.
He's not on the log.
We'll do him a solid. You voted for Obama.
That's right. Yeah, my thing in the show. But, well, I should have used the in-house thing for that.
No, I think the 529 is a great.
He's saying Frank is not on the log at all.
Right, not on the log at all.
That's impossible.
Well, he's not.
Okay.
I mean that, I'm just saying that like that because we want to get him, we want to get this straightened out because he's a good client. We want to keep him on there.
Here, I'm just gonna. Tanner.
Yep, not on the log.
I'm asking Tanner right now. I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, yeah, he is. This happens more than you ever know. You have no idea. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
I'm Tom Martino. I just found out that for each child, you can do a 429 plan. That's where you put 529. Sorry, 529, where you put money in, and you put up to $20,000 per child, and it grows tax free.
Oh, but it's tax coming out?
No, it's after tax money.
Okay.
Listen, but hold on. Well, okay. There's nothing better than that for education. It's tax free
No, what would
growth.
be better is if it worked like more of 401k money.
Yeah, but
and you don't get taxed on it.
still, people that are saving in a bank transfer it to a 529, get tax-free growth, and it's tax-free coming out when it's used for education.
$20K per kid per year.
Yes, and however, you even get a deduction for the state income. You do get a deduction for state, not for federal.
What's classified as? I'm sorry, I missed part of this. What's classified as school? Could it
That's
be a trade
that's
school?
what we're going to talk about. Tim's got a question. Go ahead, Tim. You're on with Eric Reinemer, Atlas CPAs and Advisors. Go ahead.
So I heard a rumor that if your kid goes to a service academy, then you can take that money out. You still don't have to pay taxes on it, in other words. But then if that happens, when can you take that money out? Can you wait 10 years after, or how's that work?
Well, what you're saying is a service academy is paid for by the government because your child qualified. So what do you do with the 529 money? I don't know. Does anyone know?
Well, you'll have to take it out at some point, and it'll probably be taxable if you didn't. I mean, there's certain exceptions like, death in the immediate body or whatever, but you probably just have to take it back in as taxable income when you withdraw it.
So even if your kid goes to a service academy, you have to take that out as taxable? I heard you did.
If your kids go to a service academy, the Tax Relief Act releases all 529 funds back to you penalty-free. However, you must pay taxes on all gains.
Okay.
And that comes from the government. So if you have a 529 and your kid goes to a service academy, there is no penalty. You draw it out and pay normal income, but only on the gain.
Okay.
So that clears it up. Listen, there are a lot of vehicles for tax-free or tax-deferred growth, right?
Yes.
You just have to use them wisely, and many of them have income limitations. So there, you know, it's like an infinite combination of things you can do. Now here's he has to run so for a free business consultation or personal consultation on taxes, tax planning, and business direction, 303-799-9111. So yes,
I still didn't understand though. Can it be a trade school or does it have to be what does it have to be?
Well, it's interesting. It just liberalized. It used to be just a higher education, but in the new tax bill 2 years ago, it now I think could go down to like charter schools, like high school type stuff. So they've expanded the
private
definition.
schools?
Yeah, there's this whole thing about charter schools, and so that got included in the bill to go down into secondary education.
Wait a minute.
Not just,
so my kids are in private school right now. Can I pay for that private school, or does it have to be college?
No, I think you might be able to now, as of a year ago, do it for secondary private schools.
We might have to open a few more Ameritrade accounts. Seriously.
No, that sounds good. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255.
And real quick, since Eric's leaving, you guys do payroll. You do the whole gamut down there.
The whole ball of wax.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Julie, what's going on with you, Julie?
Oh, hi. My son is considering buying a car that has a rebuilt title on it.
Okay, it's from salvage. Now, listen, normally that's not a great idea. It has many, many different effects. But if it's done properly, you can get more car for the money. But they're just very risky. So where is he looking?
I mean, what, the dealership?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? It's a dealership on Broadway. It's a small one.
Do they specialize in this, or do they just have one there?
I think they must specialize in it because when I met with the owner, they just got a new car in, and he showed me what it looked like after it had come from the insurance company. And things were taken off of it, so I just reassemble it.
So they were basically very upfront about a car being salvaged and rebuilt. Is that right?
I believe so. My husband's the one that found it.
Okay, and does it still carry the S on the title?
I have not visually seen the title. That's why I'm calling, because I would like to know what the Colorado State Patrol does to verify that it can be retitled.
Okay, they do a very cursory check. You don't go by that. That has nothing to do with its roadworthy or safety. They're going to tell you it has something to do with it, but not a lot. That is like when you rebuild a salvaged car to go on, they are mainly looking at title issues and the main thing. And basic stuff. When you have a salvage vehicle that's rebuilt, you better make damn well sure it's done correctly. And it has to be done to what's called ICAR standards, and that's an association of auto body people. And you have to make sure you don't have mechanical issues. Listen, it's very complicated, Julie, but a good shop can check it out, and it can be thoroughly checked out. It should not be purchased for anywhere near normal retail because he'll never get normal retail for it ever when he goes to resell it, nor will he get normal trade for it. And insurance will be affected as well. As long as you know all of that. What price range are you looking at?
It's a 2015 Subaru Forester manual transmission, and it has how many miles? Like 60 or 70,000.
How about hold on. What price?
$6,700.
Yeah, that's a good price, though. I mean,
how about the integrity of the vehicle, though, in general? I mean,
well,
if
that's
this thing
a good
has
shot.
frame damage and you get hit, and
Yeah, but
next
hold
thing
on.
you know, the kid's dead.
Yeah, but hold on. If it's rebuilt from salvage, from a collision, that's one thing. Some are rebuilt from salvage for things like hail. It's different. Now, if this was from a collision, you'd have to verify. Again, I go back to the body shop. I'm not talking about a walk around. They put the unibody on a frame rack and they measure it. What Mark is talking about is integrity built into a unibody has zones called crumple zones. Okay? And those zones are meant to fold up and absorb shock. If they are compromised, they have to be replaced, or the whole body part has to be replaced. If this was done in a schlock manner, you have something that's very unsafe, and it cracks like an egg. It's so there's a lot more to it than cosmetics. You have to make sure the frame, and again, it's not a conventional frame on most cars. It's what's called unibody. The frame is incorporated in the body structure, but they have to measure it to know.
Okay. Do you have a good shop I can take that to?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. For the measurement equipment.
Man, there used to be a great one, bare frame and axle, and I have no idea why they went out of business.
I will tell you that Colorado Auto Body could measure the unibody part of it. Then you have to have it mechanically checked out. You can check with them. Go to our referral list and check our shops. We have some great automotive shops, but I don't know how far they go to measure the body itself.
Colorado Auto Body, like you said, can for sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty high-tech place. So I would start on the referral list, referrallist.com. But remember, you're checking two things. Remember, the integrity, not just the appearance, not just the repair quality, but the integrity of the unibody. You want to make sure that it was done properly, and the mechanical end. Both.
You want to make sure all those sensors are right. Someone can hook up and make sure all those airbag sensors are still there and the airbags can be deployed.
Right.
You just got to check it out.
That is truly what you need. That's truly what you need. 303-713-TALK. Now, Jacob bought some tires at Walmart. Now, Jacob, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, and I'm sorry for the wait, man. I just want to, I do have to take a quick break, but I wanted to ask you something. How many tire monitors did they break? You're talking about, I assume, the air monitors?
Yes, correct.
How many did they break?
All four, and it's a 2020.
Wait, they broke all four? Are you sure they're just not deprogrammed? Are these the portable kind on the valve stem, or are they built in? How do they work?
Portable. They're your typical, but yeah, I have them. They admitted they broke them. They're broken half.
Well, then they got to fix them. I mean, hold on. I hope they're not telling you anything else.
I've never heard of them not.
Hey, how do they get my air? I don't have those things on the valve stem. How do they get the air on my G-Wagon?
You have it on the inside. The valve stem, it's on the inside.
There's two valve stems to
No. You have your stem actually, and the stem's connected to the pressure monitor.
On the inside. So it's in line, the pressure monitor.
Yeah, it's like a square, and then your stem comes out of it. That's what it looks like. And then that's the pressure monitor, and then it's got a little Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, depending on however it talks, to report everything. Does yours tell you what tire's low? Yeah, then it'll also
has each one.
Oh, it does. So you got all four.
So does mine.
Mine just says tire low.
Yeah, I know. That sucks.
And how do you know which one?
You don't. You gotta look.
Oh, yeah, mine says which one, and man...
Mine's smart enough, too. When the tires are rotated, it knows where it went.
Yeah, mine does that.
Yeah, the new ones. Yeah, yours is fairly new. The brand new G-Wagon's really cool. It's made out of plutonium.
Please find out what happened with Frank.
Isn't that amazing?
GetFoundFast.com. If you have an online presence, and most everyone does, and you have a website, they'll give you a free analysis of your website. They'll really load times and organization. It has to be organized well in order for Google to recognize it and promote it. They know how to work with Google and the search engine. They know how to optimize your presence. Listen, it's the real deal. I am so tired of the braggers and the liars and the cheaters in that business. I'm so happy I found this company, and we use them here at Troubleshooter Network and referralist.com, getfoundfast.com.
Boy, you ain't getting me on a cruise ship with this fucking virus going around.
Mark, I hate fucking cruises anyway.
I don't like them either.
Oh my God, I can't stand it.
We were on one nice one, but it was years ago, and then since then they're all fucking junk.
It's really nice if you go with a group of people. Like, our whole family went to Alaska, and that was real nice.
What cruise ship was it?
I can't remember.
There's nice ones out there. Just
Well,
Carnival.
hold on. Yeah, they're nice, but they're still, even the nice ones, you're fucking trapped with all these tourists.
No, but Viking's really nice, man. I'd go on a Viking.
But they're older ships. Or they used to be.
I'm talking the riverboat.
The smaller ones.
Yeah, I mean your rooms, 1,000 square feet or bigger.
Oh, I didn't know.
Everybody's
a big fucking room like that.
Yeah, they're riverboat cruises, man. They're usually about a month.
A month?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a month.
Who the fuck can take a month?
Well, you're off all the time. Like almost every other day you're at a place. And then you might be at a hotel somewhere. You might be at a hotel in Rome, for example.
Or if you do I think a cruise around the world would be terrible. I think that would be.
They do have some that are all year.
See, that's too much.
Actually, I think Viking's got a package. You buy, listen to this, you buy an estate room and you can be on any of their cruises. You own the estate room.
What does that cost?
It's pretty fucking expensive. I think it was over $1 million.
Oh, jeez.
What?
I'm almost sure it was
Wait,
Viking.
and what do you do when you buy it?
You can go on any of their ones.
Is there a maintenance fee then?
Like you own it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you technically own it or if it's more like a timeshare. I don't know. Viking.
I want to own a railroad car.
Cruise purchase.
Own a railroad what?
Car.
The caboose!
Be like a hobo? Hey, that's mine.
No, like a luxury railroad car, like an RV, but you attach it to a railroad.
Boy, you wouldn't even be able to tell them where to go.
Do you know, hold on, they make them. They have private rail, yes they do. Private railroad car, I swear to God, they make them right up in Fort Lupton. Private, you look at these rail.
You can own a freight car.
No, you can own a beautiful private railroad car.
How do you get them to?
I have no fucking idea. Look, hold on. You got to see some of these. Ride in your private owned car. Man, it's amazing.
I bet it costs a lot to get hooked up to it.
But I don't even know how the fuck you use them. Private?
It must be off of, what's the government railroad?
Amtrak?
Amtrak. You must be.
Lowe's owns a pair of, okay, you can own your own railroad cars. Look, you got to look at some of these, man. And I don't know, it's like the Wild Wild West, that guy. But how do you hook it up, and where? How do you keep people from walking in it? Is it at the end of the train?
No, that's a good point. Do you hook it up to a freight train?
Century RV?
Yeah, okay, so they go from 600 to 4,000 square feet. Most of the big liners have 165 residences on them.
CentryRV.com, a new and used RV. You can have service done. It's your all-around RV facility, and we have it right here in Colorado in 2 locations, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's, or up north on the 119 turnoff. It's exit 240, by the way, to Longmont, and they have along frontage road. Century RV is the #1 Cougar dealer in the country. And not only that, they have Class E's and Class A's, brand new, with interest as low as 2%. You got to, find out specifically for whatever given day. 303-453-1111.
Here's the other one I just heard of the other day. Listen to this one.
That's not worth it then.
Hold on, right here. Let me make sure it's the right one. I think it is Inspirato. That wasn't the one.
I tell you, the cruises are pretty darn cheap though for what you get.
So endless travel. Listen to this one, Tom. Endless travel. This is not a cruise ship. $2,500 a month. Includes the rates, the taxes, and the fees. And there's shitloads of them.
What are you buying? A stateroom?
I knew there.
What are you buying, Mark?
No. This has nothing to do with that. This, basically is for hotels.
They pay airfare?
No airfare. In fact, that's the funny part, because when they do the commercial, they don't talk about airfare, and I'm thinking, if that's like the old days where you could buy a black card on United, that'd be the deal.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So what's going on with you? Frank Duran, the real estate man, you got some buyer seminars coming up. This is important because I want to talk to people who need to learn before they go out and buy, and there are some basics you can go over for them. It's free, I take it, Frank, and no obligation.
Absolutely free, no obligation, Tom. They say football is a game of inches. I say real estate is a game of inches in terms of negotiating or saving our clients money. I'll tell you what, one of our special guest speakers who happens to be one of our loan experts, we just helped a buyer go under contract by him making a simple tweak on her credit, saved her $64 a month, which is what, $768 a year, nearly $4,000 over the next 5 years by making a simple tweak. Those are some of the topics we're going to talk about at the seminar, including how to negotiate the best deal when you're buying a home.
So not only negotiating, but you're going to talk about tweaking your credit. You're going to talk about loans. You're going to talk about how to shop, how to make an offer, and it's for buyers. And when is it?
It'll be February 29th, Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to noon. And to sign up, you just simply go to our website, frankduranhomes.com or frankdurantherealestateman.com.
And that's February 29th to register, frankdurantherealestateman.com. Thank you, Frank. And if anyone needs a good real estate broker, that's Frank, 303-920-1622. Now, this tire monitor, Jacob, oh, wow. We were all talking off the air, as soon as we took your call. They should just, why are you even calling us? I mean, if they broke them.
I'm calling you. I filed a claim, so it's Walmart. They're self-insured. They have this company that they call CMI.
They should just fix it. Are they giving you crap about it?
Well, this is what they say. We agree to pay you.
Yeah.
We'll send you a check. We need your full name, date of birth, Social Security, full address.
Yeah.
To confirm a third party.
Okay.
I said confirm. They said verify. I said, what do you need my Social Security number for? They said, well, we verify, and then we'll pay. Like, I don't give my Social Security number out to anybody.
Why?
Who's this third party? Because I don't. The third party is the IRS.
Okay, well, Jacob, take him to court, bro. I mean, I don't know. This is a settlement. So in a settlement, they offer to do something, and they require certain things. Now, you're right. You're right. You can refuse to give anything you want, but then they can refuse the settlement, and then what you have to do is compel a judge to make them pay you with no information exchanged. You can.
So if it were you, you'd do it.
If it was me, now you're asking if it was me. If it was me and they broke my tire monitor and they wanted me to fill out a form, let's go over it. What do they want from you?
Well, they just wanted the story. So I gave
No. I meant, what do they want? What information do they want?
That's the thing, is they don't have a form. They just want it sent over email.
Right. They want, what do they want? Okay. What do they want sent over email?
I just told you, name, phone number, address, date of birth, Social Security number.
Which part do you not want to give? Just the social?
Social and date of birth. It's none of their business.
They probably got to do. You're probably got to file something on the payout, though.
But he is right. The social and date of birth. What would that have to do with anything? However, I would do it. Now, I'm not saying you should, Jacob. I would do it. I have no idea why they're asking for it. The reason I would do it is just because it's not worth the fight for me if I wanted them to just pay me for them. But certainly, he brings up a good topic. Now, there are people might think, come on, there's no privacy in reality anyway. And that's true, Jacob. But you have a point. Why do they need it? It doesn't sound logical to me. What did they say why they needed it?
They say we verify for...
But what do they mean we verify what?
Exactly, that's my point.
Verify what?
We verify, we need to confirm that it matches with previous government records. That makes no sense to me.
Well, I don't. They have to. Why do they have to verify that? To see if you're a citizen? What are they talking about? Verify. What does that? What does that mean? It wouldn't matter. See, here's the deal. It wouldn't matter if you couldn't get verified? If it was all you have to verify was your car. I mean, why do you have to verify anything else? I don't understand this. They want to make sure you're a citizen or what?
I don't know. So I used the attorney John for a medical, or for an accident.
Yeah.
I didn't have to give him my Social Security number and date of birth for a.
No, of course not. Listen.
I bet he had it, though. You probably didn't have to give it to him.
But
He probably got it from his insurance company.
Wouldn't you agree, though, seriously, why would Walmart, to pay for broken tire monitors, need his date of birth?
I don't know. Do other insurance companies request your social when they make a payout? I would assume yes.
But why?
I don't find this that odd.
I find it odd.
The other thing is this is not a true insurance company. They're self-insured, so it's just
well, that's their insurance.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the whole point. The whole point is this, okay?
Geez, why when you go to get an AT&T phone, Tom, they ask for your Social Security number? Why when you get an Excel Energy?
I've never been asked a social for a phone, not for my phone. Now, I have been asked dates of birth all the time. Whenever I open up a savings account, I always give my date of birth, and I always give my social. Whenever I do anything like in real estate.
How about any insurance? When you go through Compass, don't they always ask for your social?
That's to do a background to see if you're credible, if you have good credit.
But Mark, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. They broke his tire monitor and they're reimbursing him. Why truly do they need a date of birth and a social? Come on, that part I don't understand. I really don't.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't understand it. Am I saying it's wrong? No. I don't know what. I was always told.
So where do you draw the line at? If it's $1 million payout they ask for it or a $10 payout? I don't know how it works.
Mark, it's not. Here's what I'm asking you. Why do you think they need it?
Because it's their insurance part. They're doing an insurance claim.
So?
And every insurance company I have ever had any business with, health insurance, homeowners, auto, they always get a social. I don't know what makes it any different.
Because it's not his insurance company. Hold on. Mark, you can yell all you want. That doesn't make you right.
Listen, you're asking me why. That's why.
No, but
if you don't want them to reimburse you, don't give it to them.
Mark, you're talking about insurance companies that are the ones you have chosen to have policies with, and they do check you out. You're right. Life insurance especially. But this is not that case. This is where they damaged his stuff, and they're demanding. He doesn't have a contract with them.
I didn't say he did. I would assume, and I could be wrong, when I got a check from the other driver's insurance company that hit Suzanne.
Call John Fuller.
Addie,
call John Fuller, Fuller Law.
They had a Social Security number.
Or call Denver Trial Lawyers, either one. Listen, Jacob, can I say both things? I don't understand. Here's all I'm saying. By the way, not saying it's right or wrong. I am saying I don't understand why they need it, and I, too, am puzzled by that. However, I want to make this clear. You're making way too big a deal, I believe, out of it, because there's nothing they can do with those two pieces of information that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people didn't do already. You have given that out enough that you don't have privacy. This illusion of privacy is a fallacy. Now, obviously, I'm not going to shout out all that stuff to just anyone, but there's enough people that have it. I think that you are just basically busting balls is what I'm saying. I don't think I would do it. You're asking me, would I send that? Yes, I would. I don't understand it. And I don't think it's that weird that you're asking the question.
How about if they have to verify the owner to make sure someone else doesn't come forward later on and say, hey, wait, that was my vehicle. You need to pay me.
That for sure. Proof of ownership of the car and your license or something. I would do that, yes. But that's not what they're asking. They're asking for a date of birth and a social.
I would assume that's just how they do payouts.
But I just don't understand. No, you're right, but I don't know why. That still doesn't.
Why do we have to get a social when we issue one of the sales guys a W-9? Why do we have
because
to?
It's a tax thing.
Well, maybe is it a tax thing for them because that's their insurance part? I don't know. I just
Mark,
don't find
you
it
have to do
odd.
this. I do find it odd. However, hold on. What if they do have to report to? Do they have to report to the governor? This is weird.
With name, date of birth, Social Security, they can do anything with your information. You can go get file a tax return.
But he is being. He's being a pain in the ass.
But I know, but we're even beyond his real problem. I'm just curious on the whole thing now. Can they demand that in order to pay him? Hold on. All right, check it out. It's time for Troubleshooter Trivia. What plumbing company does 24/7 emergency service? If you live in the Denver metro area, they do not charge a trip charge. They give free estimates. They give 10% off to single-income families, senior citizens, and military. Master Rooter Plumbing. Write this number down. If you own a house at some point, you're going to need a plumber. And these guys are good. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406. I'm more curious. Okay, anybody we've ever sued, anybody I've ever sued, I've never had to give, even to the court system, my Social Security number. It's on no small claims form. It's nowhere. So if he got a judgment, I would assume he could collect for this without ever having to give a Social Security number.
I'm wondering
You're
why.
saying taking to small claims.
But you'd have to look at all he's going to go through, not to go
that
through
part
the
I
policy.
agree. That part I agree. I would.
It's Walmart's policy
I
is
would
what
do
it's
it.
going to come down to.
But let's say some woman backed into your car and she says, I don't have insurance, and I'll be happy to pay you right now, but I want
Jacob
you.
hung up and John Fuller said, "Not my wheelhouse."
It's not. Why the fuck? What did you tell John we wanted? How the fuck does he know it's his wheelhouse? What did you say we wanted?
What the call was about.
It has nothing to do with what the call's about. It has to do with insurance companies paying out claims.
Just tell him it's going to be good for him.
It has nothing.
How
do
was
not
I
try
supposed
to
know
explain.
that?
Well, no, because it's not about that.
Keep going on that scenario though. So then
she says, but I'd like to pay you. I need your date of birth and your Social Security number. Would you find it strange? If you think about it, you might think, well, yeah, that's an individual. But really, why would Walmart need it? It just doesn't.
Here would be the issue though, because maybe Walmart's really protecting the ownership.
Tell him, first of all, it gives him exposure, okay? Listen, are you hearing me? And also, it's not about the issue. It's just about asking him when he collects from insurance companies what they require. It's got to be his wheelhouse.
Copycat.
Hey, Tom, ask him about tires. We brought John Fuller out to ask about these Walmart tires.
Buy and build kitchen and bath now at a new location, 560 South LaPan. But here's the best news. They have a big, beautiful parking lot, new big building, and they have increased their services to include installations. Now, you can buy cabinets and have them installed. You can do granite and have it installed. You can do anything. They'll do your whole kitchen or your whole bath. Or you can have your contractor go. Or you can go yourself. Still the same old buy and build, but they've added installation services at their new location. Drop by 560 South LaPan.
I just thought of something. We're making too much of this. Walmart's saying, you know what, we're going to go ahead and pay for this because we did it. But in exchange for our payment, we need this information. They're simply just making it a part of their goddamn agreement.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it.
That's what I said in the beginning.
If he wants to get paid, he's got to agree to that. Or he can go out and go through all the hoops and sue him and
That's
then get
what
paid.
I said in the beginning. I said it's a settlement.
It doesn't matter
I
why.
said it's a settlement. They're offering you this and they want this.
It's going to be the same with an auto accident.
And I said if you don't do the settlement, then you have to compel someone to give you that.
Yeah, and that's just their policy. In order to settle with you, this
right.
is because
this is what
I'll
we're
tell you
willing
what,
to do, but we want you to do this.
I'll
it's
tell
an
you why.
exchange.
I'll tell you exactly why they want that info too. They want to make sure it's not one guy that has fucking done this in 10 different Walmarts across the fucking
your driver's
country.
license and registration should clear that up.
He won't even give the date of birth, so he's not giving his driver's
Thanks, Zach.
license.
We got it.
Oh, good point. It's on your driver's license.
He didn't even want to give his sex.
Right. I said thank you.
Listen, when John comes on, ask him how much tire pressure sensors are.
Ask him something really dumb. We brought John Fuller on.
Ask him why they're no longer considered midgets. When did midgets become bad?
What do you think of Walmart tires? John, you go to Florida a lot. What do you think of Walmart tires?
Why do those lights always come on, John? Why does my tires always read low on cold mornings?
Get him talking about.
That one time he had that guy call him at 3 a.m. Oh my God.
Hey, probably kept him from walking off the dock again.
Oh man, that looks so painful.
No.
He got lucky on
He
that.
got extremely
Hi,
lucky.
Tom Martino here.
He said he was
I want to talk to John Fuller in general about something. This has nothing to do with the question. Well, it does. Hey, John, in general, this has to do with something that really has nothing to do with personal injury. Some guy made a settlement, and they were going to pay for his damaged property. But the company, Walmart, said, okay, we'll pay you for your damaged property. We damaged it. But we want your date of birth, your Social Security, your name, your address, all this. So here's all I'm asking, John. In all of your experience as an attorney with settlements from other insurance companies, do they want the date of birth and Social Security of your plaintiff?
Sometimes. So there's many facets to this issue. Number one is it depends on kind of what the person is being compensated for. You know, if it were a claim that involved lost wages, then there are tax implications for it. If there's a person that's, that's getting compensatory damages for personal injuries or something that's not a taxable event, they certainly don't need that information. Sometimes they like it, but most of the reasons why they like it is to do searches to try to find other things about that claimant, including any prior claims or anything along those lines.
So this guy, by the way, his tires were changed and they broke his tire monitors. It's that simple. 4 tire monitors, let's say 200 apiece. They said, we'll give you 800. We broke your tire monitors. Please submit your name, address, phone number, date of birth, and Social Security number. He said, look, I'll give you my name, address, and proof of ownership of the car, but why do you need my social and date of birth? So I'm asking, does that sound just strange to you that they want that?
I wouldn't give them that information either if I were the caller.
Okay, that's what we thought. See, you deal with insurance people all the time, and this was.
Well, I doubt seriously that this is insurance. This is very likely. I mean, Walmart. Let's be honest. They're insured up to a huge number out of their own pocket.
That's right.
Okay?
It was out of their own pocket. You're right, John. Right. So why do you think they want that information?
Well, they probably think that there's going to be some. So probably you're dealing with some very low individual on the totem pole that, is just following the directions that they're given. If it gets elevated up to somebody that can actually think and make a decision, I would guess that they would come off of that requirement because this is not a lost wage.
That's exactly right. And it's not even a slip and it's not even a slip and fall, John. I could see them saying, yeah, let's find out about this person if it was a slip and fall. Has he done this before?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you, John.
I think I would be inclined to say no, thank you.
All right, well, that's good. John Fuller.
But in a settlement, I mean, they can pretty much ask for whatever they want and agree not to pay, right?
Yeah, there's always that collateral consequence to lack of cooperation.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You sometimes can run up against that, but I suspect if they elevate this to somebody that's got a little bit more authority, they would realize that that's just not a necessary component to them settling this issue, and they'll be able to get beyond it.
Thank you. John Fuller. He's at personalinjuryco.com. 303-597-4500. You see, I wanted to pick his brain because he does deal with these people enough that I thought he would say, oh, that's logical because they have to file a form with the government or something.
Hey, real quick, we do have an angel at Walmart. Let's get this guy's info.
Yeah, we will. We'll get the information. Now, Daff, if you could get their numbers, we'll get them, okay? And we'll take them on tomorrow. I'm sorry, we're out of time. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget referralist.com and save all your problems for me.
I wish you would have asked John about the time.
God, I know you could. I know. He doesn't appreciate the humor, though.
He does. He would afterwards.
Let me just tell you something. She gets too fucking butthurt too fucking easy.